Hello and welcome to Tabletalkers, Reclaimers. Uh, last time a bunch of shit happened. So, want me to handle part of this, or you guys want to pick up?
No, you get go till we get to the split.
Okay, sure.
Highway recap.
So, the Reclaimers were going through Spire dungeon, and they came upon the Beehive area. Entering the Beehive area, the smaller members took front, larger members took back because Hive is not the strongest building material in the universe. Navigating their way through the hive, encountering a giant grub, the party split for a larger amount of time as the two smaller ones went left on a pathway and the larger ones hanged back. Sanina and York followed this pathway until they met a big ol' muff nest looking area. At which point in time they decided, yeah, let's not fuck with the big ol' muff. But on their way back down, disaster struck as Yorick critically failed his climbing and found himself bounced into a separate area of the hive. If I go any farther, I'm just gonna do them all.
I'll kick off there a little bit. And then I popped up, York. Woke up in very dark areas, getting a little bit of a feel around, finding myself in a bit of a thoroughfare for busy bees and work. Using a couple of interspread moments of using a torch and hiding in the dark, trying to collect some of the stuff from the area before finding my way back. I happened to fail my stealth and attacked by a bee.
Lighting the torch the second time.
Huh?
Lighting the torch the second time. It got you.
That's why I said interspread uses of the torch. And it proceeded to rattle my brain so hard I could do nothing, and then intervals of stun and burn. And I am a very flammable entity. So I quickly became Flambe, and shut the fuck up is my recap. You could get yours later. I very quickly died in a fire, unpleasantly, by bees.
Bee.
Took my knees.
Singular.
It was singular bee. It wasn't even bees. It was singular bee who took my knees. Before eventually getting my soul pulled out of its nice comfy spot by the fire.
No, we're going chronological. Going allowed
we're
skip.
doing chronological. I'll jump back in later then, okay.
Yeah. Realistically, Max should have got.
Max.
I touched a ruin.
Touched a magic sigil on the wall, teleported elsewhere,
Yeah.
chillax with a bunch of mercenary guys.
I was eating a bunch of stew. Having a grand old time.
Accurate.
That's what I did. That's it. That's all I did.
Let's pop over to Ragnar and Jackson.
I'll go first or shall you?
You.
Well, Jackson and I went off to go find our missing friends who really should have been back by now, and managed to go and find their trail, and then find them off, which, as we are far heavier and far better armored, is loud, we awoke the beast. Jackson decided he wished to go play with the moth, well, I decided I would rather find our friends. You want to go and do the entire thing of mine, and then you go and do the moth?
Running back and encountering the hole that York fell through, Jackson took a dive. Now, or not Jackson, Ragnar took a dive, and then we hop over to Jackson for his muff fight if he has anything to add for that.
Telling Ragnar to go ahead, I'd catch up with him while he cleared the path. Upon discovering that the moth used acid and I was a clear good match for it, I just decided I was just going to take this beast down. At which point it decided to fly me across the cavern very far away.
So I found where York, yes, York. I found the hole where York most likely fell through it. And having no other way down, I belly flopped onto the ground. And using a light spell, I pretended to be a rock. I failed at being a rock, but I
I'd
managed
argue
to.
you did not fail being a rock. It was just suspicious and decided to check you first.
It decided to check me first. Well, it decided to check me first, and then it decided to put me with the foodstuffs. After I convinced it that no, I was not alive. At which point, I, seeing my dead friend York over there, and entombed in the wax, and me about to be entombed in this other wax, decided I really needed to do something now. Splattered a poor worker bee, and worked at getting out York, and brought him back to life. I don't think he was very happy about that. He was quite injured.
Decisions were made that were regretted.
Well, my good friend York here, who I just met like yesterday, was quite paralyzed by the sound of the bees. And while I was trying to run away, while still not abandoning my new friend, who was quite possibly my only ticket out of this dreadful hellscape of a mountain. And then our friend found us.
After being flown away for some distance, I damaged the moth's wings and it fell into a forest of unimaginable size with other large abominations such as it. Ice centipede-like beast came out of a mound, started to attack it. Deciding I should probably go after seeing the moth was inches away from death. Flying back, taking some time, found the cavern eventually where we had gotten back to by sheer luck. Finding where Ragnar had cleared a path, slid down there, and could hear their screams once getting to the bottom along with other bees, proceeding to fly my way over there, managing to get them in a bag, getting things separated, continued to fly away, until eventually we got to what looked like either accident or just set off unused area of the hive, and some actual nice stony ground to less rest upon. We got them out of the bag and set up camp.
And I regretted everything.
And Sanina had a nice meal.
Anita had some lobster bisque. Some insect lobster bisque.
Okay.
I may have activated bitch mode, but in fairness, I had just died.
For the remainder of the session, and do keep this one separate and turn it off whenever the session ends, pick a skill that you have and take proficiency in it.
Me?
Anyone, everyone.
Anyone? Oh.
The random skill and take proficiency in it.
Yeah. Only for the session. Get rid of it at the end.
I suppose we could
Clearly.
just double a skill we've already
No.
have proficiency in. You sure?
I said no.
Alright, clearly I need to take perception to make it slightly positive.
I want death saves, but that's not a skill. Although it's gonna be at this rate.
Well, they do say that the more you do something, the better you get at it.
Some people would argue luck is a skill.
But you can't hone it.
Unless you're in Fallout.
But mark
I
that
don't know.
separate because it's going away later.
I
Okay.
don't know, but you know, when you're honing his skills, he ascends.
So, for starters here, kind of got to go to Sanina because her options are the greatest at this point in time. I just never know if Max is go or not.
The greatest.
So, Sanina, you're wrapping up your long rest with these guys.
Yeah.
And as you are aware, they are... Okay, you want to do this in character, or you want to make this quick? Do either
Let's
one.
make it quick.
Okay. So, you get the overall explanation that they're teleporting in, taking insect eggs, and then selling them to people on the outside. Because, obviously,
As you do.
big magic creatures. They offer to take you home, let you join them, or just take you wherever it is you're wanting to go, including back in the Hive construct. Additionally,
My friends.
What?
I can't leave my what's the word for
Disciples?
someone
Guild
who serves
members.
under a god?
Right.
Follower.
I can't leave my follower. So I gotta go back.
Okay. They are offering to just take you where you were alone, have somebody else with you to try to help you get through places in case you can't find your people.
I like that. It's like to imagine she just said, "What do I call somebody who follows a god to them?"
That happens. I am a god.
They are willing to dispatch additional person to help you find your group or just take you back there and let you go about your business.
Sanine's not very confident in the fact that she can find her way through this.
You desire a
caves.
guide.
She also does not know where everyone went. Would like guide.
Okay. So, in that case, I need you to make a stealth check, add 10 to it at the end in addition to your normal stealth shit, and I'll see how they manage to track. Alright?
It should not be a hard check.
It's not.
You say that, but I've failed stealth checks with a +19 before.
I meant for tracking.
None of it is.
Oh. Where is your... Oh, there they are. Thanks for hiding.
So what am I doing again? I'm sorry.
You're making a stealth check, and then whatever it is you get, you're adding 10 to it.
Is that
They
after
are
adding
passing
my
without
normal?
trace. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great spell, man.
$37.
Alright. And
Only the gods.
they are tracking. The person that goes
I
with
like
you,
to believe that Sanina's down on all fours, like sniffing the ground.
they kind of ask you not to do that and motion toward more covered areas for you to be in. But the individual that
Obliged, but
accompanies you,
still sniffs the wall.
that's fine. It smells of bee vomit.
Yum.
Person that accompanies you appears to be a half-elf male. They begin the hunt.
The hunt.
On the hunt.
Yeah. But first off, they're gonna lead you to where you said your team was. Find nobody there. Go
Mhm.
back up to the moth thing. Find nobody there, but find it very obviously disturbed. Going from there back down. See the hole, go that way. Things get a little dicey inside the actual, like, manned chambers, but
Yes.
you guys are stealthy.
So stealth.
They are leading you along. It does get a bit difficult to track you guys once the flight comes into effect, but you do get better surveyment of the little, like, entombed hive areas. They're looking to make sure that there's no, like, none of your guys are the bodies in there.
Do I see anything neato?
If you're looking for Nito things, that's an investigation check. They're utilizing a lantern, by the way, that whenever they got it out and got it working, it didn't do anything for you. But after they kind of fiddled with it and got you nearer to it and did some other such stuff, you began to see what it was casting light from.
18.
18 to look around.
Yeah.
See a number of dead bodies and various other, like, knickknacks and things that they've shoved in there. You see
Yeah.
a few... What?
I said neato.
Are you looking for anything in particular, or you just want me to list everything you see?
I was looking for neats.
Okay. I don't know what neat means, though, so...
Neat. This is neat.
Alright. Looking through there, you see some... like, armor sets that look different. Kinda cool. You see
Would
some...
fit? Would fit me?
if it's magical, maybe. You're also going
Or if
around
it's
and
cursed?
looking at things, and you see your standard assortment of weapons, weapon. You see a couple, like, Attica clockwork shit, a few Magitech things, and what appears to be a twin blade.
Well, I don't know what that is.
A blade.
Do you remember the spinny dart, the double-sided lightsabers?
Yes.
Kind of like that, but with swords.
Ooh. I want it.
Gonna try to dig in.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay, well, it's entombed in wax. Your guide explains that you can probably grab one thing if they
What if
don't terribly fuck
have
up
a
getting
lantern?
through. What?
we have a lantern?
Well, you have basically a way that casts light that doesn't cast light unless you're, like, in its accepted people grouping.
What if I have prestidigitation thing and I make a candle?
Now,
and I put
they
up
snuff
near
it
the wax?
immediately.
Never mind.
That's what got me killed first, over the top shit.
What I said, what if?
Do you make it... Okay. Again, we can go to actual in-character conversation at any point in time. But do you make it obvious that you're trying to grab something? Like, I want
Yes.
that. Do you have anything that you think can get through this nice and quickly and efficiently?
It is wax?
It is, but it...
I know.
magic.
You have the buzzsaw dagger.
Yeah. Buzzsaw dagger.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Hey.
Make a... Give me a general dexterity check, add your proficiency.
A dexterity check?
Yeah, I'm trying to gauge how quickly you manage to get things out of there. Or if the little whir manages to attract something. The whir is nowhere near as loud as a buzz, so you're pretty safe unless you're going real slow.
One momento, por favor. Butchered Spanish. The sheet was just in front of me and then I lost it.
While she's doing that, it's something for you two to contemplate. Who's waking up York after this?
You guys will be awaking by the time they arrive, is the plan.
There we go. Mm.
Dice disappeared?
Max sheet disappeared. Max doesn't know what she did with it.
Ah,
How you just had it?
I did, my brain's broken.
you just made a stealth check. What happened?
It did.
She's stealing your sleight of hand skill, Robert.
It rolled a nat 20.
Well, that helps.
Nice.
So keep a lookout for your sheet, but
Okay.
navigating your dagger through there, just a little whee that it makes, you carve your
So
way
she's
inside.
She's got 4 dexterity, so 8 will be that. Yeah, plus 8 will be her rolls there.
Best source.
Regardless, you carve your way inside and you get this stick out with 2 little blade spots on it. Looking at it though, you kind of got the image wrong because it was, coated in wax.
What's that?
One side has like an area where a probably like shorter sword sized blade should be, but the other side does have a physical blade in place. This is a 2-handed weapon. It does not have reach, but due to its light construction, just because basically it's 2 short swords, you can use your dexterity.
It has to be finesse so she can actually use it.
I know.
What was I supposed to roll again?
Well, you're just kind of looking at it
Yeah,
right
what
now,
I think
unless
is
you...
better.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got it, you're fine.
Okay, cool.
But picking it up, you realize that one side actually has a blade, the other one does not, but it does have some weird, like, apparatus where it looks like it should be.
So I could put a blade in there?
You could play with this later.
Okay.
Cool.
It's a later problem.
I think that's all problems.
It's a lightsaber.
Kind of.
Yeah?
But you get your
Half a
spoils
lightsaber.
from the corpse of this poor dead adventurer, and you make your way out.
She's gonna give him a little pat on the head.
The dead guy?
Yeah.
Okay. They are waxy.
Ew. Time to leave.
Your guide leads you outside, and they start to come into the problem of you guys flew, but you don't really know which way to go.
Oh no.
You do eventually come, let's see, I think that it was a left, right, then a 3-way, so yeah. You come to fork in the road number 1, left or right?
Right.
Alright, we'll get to you later.
Okay.
The other party wakes up.
I think you mean they wake up. I'm sleeping for whatever the fuck I can get.
That's fine.
And I think rightfully so.
Good old comfortable rock to sleep on. Oh, we're not dead via bees or any other abomination in this hive.
Don't jinx it.
Oh, good, you're awake.
Mhm.
Well, look over. Is York just like a ball in his sleeping bag, essentially?
York has a weird contortion sleep. He doesn't sit still in his sleep. I would like
I
to
meant to
think,
see, like-
especially right now.
I meant to see just like cocooned in the sleeping bag.
He's probably like cocooned in the sleeping bag with like legs facing down and torso starting to face up. He contortioning his stuff.
Think we
His
should let him
lizard
sleep
spine is
in
very
some.
flexible.
I hear death takes a toll on people who get brought back. Think we should let him rest some extra.
Well, I mean, on one hand, yes. On the other hand, we're in hell. But then back on the other hand, do you have any idea where your friend went, Sunita?
I have no idea.
You think we should just stay here and hope she finds us, or is she just horrible at tracking?
Well, we have the issue of we have no idea where she went. She might have fallen down there with York and gotten. Did you see her? You didn't see a body in the pile of bodies anywhere, did you?
I saw many bodies. I did not see hers.
Well,
I
maybe
mean-
she
What?
might have. Well, if York looked like he was just getting fucked up down there, she might have just bailed on him or saw him get killed and ran for herself. In which case, she could be anywhere down there.
Oh, very loyal. Now, to be honest, theoretically, we can survive in this place forever. In fact, that between the two of us, and in fact, I have, well, great food and drink. But I don't particularly want to live here forever. Would much rather not.
Yep.
I suppose you have any
Yeah.
idea on how to get out?
Finding Sanina's the easiest way out. That being said, that means traveling back through there.
Let's not do that. I think
Well,
we might honestly. What?
We're in a little bit of a cubby hole here. We kind of have to go back that way. There were multiple diverging paths, though, along that way that led different areas, so we've got new places to venture.
Indeed. All else fails, I'm sure. We can make ourselves some substandard pickaxes and just tunnel our damn way out of this place. That wouldn't be
mean-
very fun or quick.
I mean, our weapons are magic themselves, so we can just beat the rock.
Well, yes, I don't know about you, but looks at Mace.
That
I don't know if
That
this is the
leaks
best
acid.
weapon to do that. Yes, that
You-
is very true.
You've got a blunt object that leaks acid, you'll be able to chip in a road that rock and hive.
True. Oh,
I don't know how effective my axe will be, but it's a magic axe at least.
yes. Oh,
What happened? What happened to Jackson and Ragnar? They spend half a year just burrowing a hole through the life spire.
going this way.
How did they survive? They have infinite food and water. They just kept going in a straight line until they popped out of the mountainside one day.
How about we can do that?
Can, yes. Really want to? Probably not.
No.
It's okay, we have
Well-
York. He can create 3 miners for us at a time.
Deal with
You know, I
P6.
can go and make the what? magical
Collectively.
floating weapon with a spiritual weapon. And then I have 2 of me.
I too can make a spiritual weapon of thunder.
You know, if it wasn't for the other group, I would be halfway thinking about this. That sounds hilarious.
What is your guys' claim to fame? We decided to just drill a hole straight through the elves' sacred mountain. Because we got lost.
That sounds very dwarfish to me. I mean, right? Is there anything you can think of that sounds more dwarvish than that?
I'm gonna
Just-
say
Living in the mountain,
Okay.
making it our own.
Yeah.
them talking. They're not very quiet.
No.
It'll wake
Not.
York up.
Like I
And he
said
doesn't
before,
move.
you guys are
He just listens for a minute.
basically
He's just gonna watch it. Go ahead.
You guys are basically camped in a area where the hive is meeting, rock on the side. So you guys are positioned on like a up and over. So if anything is gonna have to like actually reach you, it'd have to either come from the rock, from the hive itself, like through the wax, or it would have to come over that clearing area and then go upward, which you'll probably catch on to, unless it's like a spider or something that can move along the side really quietly without flying.
Fair.
But the bees and stuff here that have been here, they buzzy.
Yeah, they busy.
I was gonna say, still like in his weird contorted sleeping motion, he's just gonna like raise his hand and run it through some of the gestures needed, and send a sending to Sanine, going, "Where are you? Where are you at?" They're trying to figure out how to find you, and they're giving up and trying to tunnel through a mountain at this rate.
I can do it.
I don't know where I am. Where are you?
You're on the trail trying to find them. So you do know that if he could give you any like directions or areas they went to after the big hive thing, it would help immensely, but I don't think Yorick knows.
York was on no.
York was in a bag.
Can we get back to the junction we were at earlier yesterday? To the group here.
Alright, we can.
Sure,
Okay.
why?
To get
No
Sanine.
reason.
The hole.
You found her. You're in contact? I guess we
Yes.
don't have to tunnel through.
Was that Sanina's reply? I don't know where I am, but don't know where you are, or whatever she said.
Yes.
Okay, because sending as a 25 word, it's very special.
Yeah. Well, I got nothing better to do with my spells usually anyways. Send it back, meet back at the junction where we diverged off to our terrible escapades. Okay.
Ragnar just looks a bit sadly at his mace. I guess we don't have to tunnel our way through.
Maybe
Sanine,
later. We can always come back.
Mm-hmm.
that's what he sent to you. I was just seeing if you were replying.
What you sent to me?
He just said, "Can you just meet us back with the tunnel, the branch off where we split off and things went off kilter.
Where I
Down from the mark."
okay. You, what is your name?
You would have already had this conversation beforehand.
I would have forgotten.
This is fair.
This is the third time she's asked that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They will kind of turn towards you with a little bit of an exasperated look on their face. It's these, Danina.
We need to go back.
Two.
The voices in my head told me to go back.
Two.
To the symbols.
The pathway before the symbol.
Alright, I
The
can...
pathway before.
Well, we have to go to the symbol either way if we go back that way. Give me a little bit. We've got a lot of verticality we have to go do to make it back over there. Come on.
Coming.
Stay low. Do not anger The terrible buzzy things.
I wonder if that's what happened to Yorick.
Wait, did she just send her back to the symbol, as in back before the buzzy things?
Yes, yes, I
Back
did.
to the
As opposed to the
junction before the symbol were the words I used.
Oh god. We have to go back through the buzzy things.
The buzzy things were not at that point.
There's
But we're
everything in
past
between
the
it
buzzy
that we have to
things.
get
The buzzer things, nope, the buzzy things are on that other side of that. Because we came back, I thought, to the junction and went a different way.
No, it's a
No.
different junction
No.
entirely.
No.
Oh, well,
Different
fuck
junction
off. That's where
entirely.
we're going.
All right, Sanina,
back
So,
through the
I only got
village.
so many third level spells, guys.
I know. Sanina, I need you to make another stealth check while they try to figure out the best way to get there.
You have
Am
now
I
told
adding
us to go
another
back
10
through the
this
death
time or
field.
not? Am
Wait,
I
has he
adding
actually
the
mentioned that
thingy
we
again?
this
Yeah,
is
so another
no.
plus 10.
Okay.
I was gonna say, all right, we're going back to the junction before the things went wrong. We gotta go there.
Horrible idea.
No, 32.
All right.
You're a horrible idea. You have made horrible ideas. It's fine.
To begin
I
making
think we
your
should
way.
make her come over here.
Because how the hell are they gonna find their way here?
Because
But I don't
we
know
have
where
to
it
go
is,
through this.
and I'm the only one who can talk in people's heads over
We have to go
spaces.
back through here anyways, though, if we want to continue onwards.
Listen, motherfucker, I've been dead. I am trying to communicate and get people together. If you want to do it, you do it next time.
I don't suppose she has any of those pouches things you mentioned, does she?
I believe
Robert?
she specifically refused to get one everywhere we went because she didn't like the people that were giving them out for free, and she never bought one.
What's your thoughts on this? Do you agree with me that we will have to go back through here anyways? If we want to
Look, he already,
continue on?
if he sent a message,
Well, I'm
That's me.
aware we're going to have to go back there anyways. What I'm saying is, we've already gone through there. Unless you want to go and try and fight the queen of the death bees.
Not seeing the queen.
Which
Well,
I
you
don't
have, but she
know.
was over there stuck in time.
the queen was in the weird temporal looping area.
Oh.
I don't know. I
Not
could probably
you,
take.
but I'd rather not have to go through the center of the hive, okay? Which is why I was saying that we should probably try to push on from here, if we could. Which would
See,
mean that we'd have to go back through here again.
pushing forward for here, though, we have no idea how to get back to Sanina. We can go back through here.
No,
but
I just said that we'd probably have to go back through here again
yes.
after we get her. I'm saying after we get her, I don't particularly want to have to go through the center of the hive.
I mean, we could just kill all the bees along the way if there's not.
No, we
a
can't.
problem. I can make a wall of stone. We could get a funnel area going.
Put
It-
in some
it- it
earplugs.
doesn't matter.
You're golden.
We could barely get through 5 of them.
I didn't have a
You want
problem.
to fight them all?
I fought them off. Thing died.
Agnes gives you a deadpan stare.
Just a quick camera cutaway to a centipede of a little happy face above its head.
Is satisfied.
Yes.
Centipede sends friend request. Thanks for the assist.
You all just want to go back into bee hell. You just
Well, we
content
have to
to live there forever.
We have to go through there to get back to Sanita.
Yes, I'm aware. I was saying that we should go back through again and return to here after we get her.
I prefer this way than the way that I discovered.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, York, you know that centipede thing you made?
Yeah, what about it?
So there's like gigantic ones of those that have ice elemental powers down here. In a forest area with massive mounds.
Well, there goes my sleep for tonight.
Also, How are you? How you hanging in there?
Is you try to look and talk to him? He's currently set up, and he's just sitting there, like a blanket over the head, like a hood, and are currently wrapped in it. The whole thing just wrapped around him, and just like shifts like the whole torso to stare at you for a minute.
Listen, I haven't died. I don't know what it's like.
You know what? At this point, I don't know. I don't know.
So, you've died twice now. The third time might be permanent. I'm not sure.
You know, you say that, but at this point, I might be pseudo-immortal. I'm not allowed to stay dead.
It is your punishment for existing. But if you do die again, and either cannot be or do not want to be revived, if we can get your body, is there a place that you would like to be buried or cremated and spread across? Anything of that sort?
Man, like, you really have a way of digging into the trauma, don't you?
Well, look, we're gonna be going back through those bees again, possibly, so. You've been a good comrade. I would like to give you a respectful burial of your choosing, if possible. Think of it like
you
just
guys hear
driving.
Max?
No.
She just said York needs a do not resuscitate tattoo. Oh no, I'm checking the notes for the town, the village name. I don't have the village name memorized. It's not actually come up at all.
You can just say X Village and find it later.
Yeah, let's say X Village and find it later.
What you don't know is it's an X village. Trauma.
Well,
Oh,
Do you actually
no.
have the spell fly, or did you only have potion to fly?
I have the spell.
That's good. So I just propose that we just get back in the bag and have you fly us through there as fast as you can.
Yep, that's what worked last time.
So, hop in the bag, have you go and drag us there as fast as you can, grab Saning, pop her into the bag, and then come back. That sound good?
Yeah, sounds like a pretty good plan. It didn't take 10 minutes to, well,
How many casts of that spell do you have?
well, I've got a lot.
You have a lot?
Magical item I've got gives me some extra spell usages, so between 3rd and 4th level spells, I've got a lot of uses to fly.
Well, I mean, worst case scenario is we go through, you come back, use all your 2 or so uses to fly, and then we can just go and make one of those door things for her. The permanent door, so we can go back to the village and rest, and then come back.
We do have solid stone here. We can carve out a doorway. I also have wall of stone prepared now, so I can make, well, a wall of stone, we can let it solidify, and we can make a doorway. Quite literally anywhere we need.
Just need hinges.
We've got Illusion Man that can make a magic.
Yeah, but it needs to be permanent if we want to be able to go back through it.
We'll just spend our time honing the craft of making door pieces.
I will
Listen,
make it.
hinges is a very loose term. It's very simple to make.
Honestly, yeah. Pretty much you gotta make 2 circles.
Okay, but here's a question: Would one of those doorways that's just a doorway with like some cloth draping down, would that count?
No.
No.
Neither
What if
would a
it was
Tory
one of
gate.
those?
What?
But neither would a
What about one of
Tory
those-
gate.
A Torah gate?
You know the Japanese archway things?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But what if we
Gate.
had some of the? What if we just had some psychedelic beads dangling down?
Nah, it's got a door open. Handle crick free.
Would a sliding door work?
That's a maybe.
Does it need a,
It depends on how it
does it
slides.
need to,
So
can
like
it
that
just be a
door.
push door? Does it need to have a handle?
It helps.
Health was not necessary.
Handles a maybe.
And it was a maybe.
But it needs to be a full open shut door.
Yeah. Like things like handles and things like that, that's basically factoring in your teleportation oopsie chance. What happened to him? It didn't have a handle. What? Half of him went there. Other half.
He didn't
Shrugs.
run through quick enough. It didn't run through quick enough.
That'll be me.
I'm fairly certain I have the skills to be able to.
The first
Meh.
part is y'all need to get back to the intersection. How you getting there? Let's get things confirmed. Let's get things
Hop in the
moving.
bag and fly.
We have
Ready to confirm
bag
that.
and fly seems to be the option.
All right.
Yeah, ready to confirm that.
That's your method of transportation. Are you bringing any light sources?
Probably gonna have to see. So
It helps.
But that attracts the bees.
Also true.
Listen, man, we ain't gonna find shit if he keeps running into the walls.
But
Yep.
also speed racer. And then just shut the gate behind us with that great door and great wall, you said? Stone wall.
wall of stone.
Wall of stone, yeah. So we just go through as fast as you can, grab Sanine, shove in the bag, let's all breathe, and then back through, and then wall of stone to face that thing. Continue on as fast as you can.
Honestly, they kind of stopped following me after a certain point. I might just do that again.
Even better. Not to waste time with the wall of door.
I mean, like I was ready to just sit there and tunnel fight if I had to, and just pull you guys up for air occasionally. But yeah, they just after I guess I was just too fast for them. They just stopped.
Grab my bag and I tie it off on the other side of Stonewall. Don't use this one.
Okay.
That's
Preparations
it.
complete.
He's just gonna like full. Yeah, he's just gonna like full with the blankets, walk over to it and just. And
Little awkward to finagle yourself in there while holding on to the blanket, but you manage it. Because you
Should
have
we
the...
have breakfast first before we go? That
Sure.
will be fine.
I hand him some pancakes and a pot of honey. Or
Wonderful.
would you prefer jam?
Both are nice. York needs meat though.
Well, the honey's probably real, the jam is probably not.
I can press the digitate flavor.
Yes.
listen, guys, I just went in and
Why
you're taking
wouldn't I
time to
have some
talk.
jam?
I'm fucking suffocating right now.
Pull York back out.
Pull up my little... put away my little...
Pull York.
hourglass.
Pull York back out. We get some food in you first.
You pull him out and he's currently chewing on food.
Oh, well, he's good.
He has his own food, remember? He had to specifically bring a couple weeks of food.
Looks like you're good. I guess that would be a flaw in the plan to just tunnel our way out. He can't eat my food.
He
Can
can
he?
eat your magic. He can eat your magically created food. Just create meat.
Good. Sure. Yes. Let us go.
Do you want to cut back to Max, or are you just?
Well, no, they're getting
Have a-
there because they are good at pathfinding and neither of them failed horrifically. It's just a matter of
Well-
time. It looks like you guys are going to get there first because Fly is very fast and they're trying to, you know, get there safely. They're
Their
also...
stealth thing.
Yeah.
We're just fast.
So you have your own light source. You have a general idea of how to get back. Things were a little hectic, but it was just yesterday. And there's not a bunch of holes over there to where you can pick the wrong one. Flying through there, though, you do alert the hive, and I need Jackson to make probably 3 con saves. Total.
The lowest is a 19.
All right. So you burst through there, get to the hole you came in through, and start making your way through. There's a very long pathway, though, for your flight, so it is kind of nearing iffy territory by the time you get back to the initial, like, fork in the road, but you make it there.
Just pull them out occasionally for air, and at the fork in the road, just pull them out. Okay. Well, we're here.
Yeah,
At this
that's
fork,
smart.
at least.
Didn't you already fall through the? Is that just like a? Isn't the fork in the road the place where you just fell through? Or is that the? No, you're talking about the one at the very honeycomb, aren't you?
We're at one of the forks there.
Somewhere.
We're at the one where we split. If I remember, we're at the one where we split off.
You're at the spot where the
And York
honeycomb
fucking
continues
died.
forward, but you guys didn't go that way. Instead, there
Yep.
was a way that to the right where a grub was, and to the left where the upward path was. You're there.
So we're here where we're supposed to meet, so I guess you two can come out and, well, in case something happens, we route all of us, and we'll just stand at different places.
He does like that. He does like an awkward like lean out, and then just like onto his side on the ground and rolls over and sits up.
I honestly think that if something comes up, we should just book it. At this point, it's just if we do anything, the hive will come and we die. This is just too many to fight.
I think we can leverage situations here.
It's already been proven that no, we cannot.
Guys,
Well,
you
we've
got
got a
That is something.
we've got a passageway that gets smaller down there. I believe Sanina and York said if we go down that way, there's potential that we can just have it where it's just a tunnel fight where only one bee can get through at a time. At which point we can literally clog it with the dead bodies. Oh, what, York? We're just discussing tactics of if we have to fight. I think we can hold them off at least long enough to get a pile of dead bodies. He thinks we should run.
You guys have about a half hour of waiting before Sanina arrives in case you're wanting to do anything.
Well, I don't get anything back from a short rest right now.
Neither do I.
I want to take some stone out of the thing and start carving hinges.
I respect this.
Just start
Do you have
making boards.
any like crafting tools?
Yes, actually, apparently. The Smith's tools, apparently, for some fucking reason. I don't remember why.
With enough
for me to-
determination, you could probably finagle with those.
Yeah.
Heading back and grabbing some rock stuff. Yeah, totally.
I don't remember. I don't know why I still even kept these, but yeah.
Just go ahead and roll that to give me a basic whatever as to how well it is it's turning out. Not intended purpose. That's factored into the DC.
What is that?
They're doing things they're not meant to be doing. That's factored into the
Ah.
DC of your success rate.
16.
Okay,
Wait, what did you say I needed?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Sitting there and working for the half hour, you're smacking a piece of rock. It's very fucking brutal looking, but you got a rod with a top and a thing you can stick it in that you could maybe shove some nails in if you found some onto something else. But, Zanina,
Yes.
you guys are going down. The infiltration lantern is shining ahead. You see your
Okay.
party. as your guide kind of holds up a hand and motions for you to get next to the wall as like a something's up ahead.
Do I notice it's my party before he tells me to get up against the wall?
Well, you notice at the same time because you're both limited to as far as that thing can shine.
They can probably hear the dwarves bullshitting.
That too.
I'm just drawing in the air with the illusions,
She's gonna put her
chiming
hand
in occasionally.
on her guide's shoulder and say, "Don't worry, those are my followers."
Okay, so the
Also,
more
one
you
of those
talk,
dwarfs
the
is
more
making hinges out of stone.
the
It's
more
not
your thing seems a bit cult-like. Need
Hey,
me to go
York.
over there, or do you got this?
What?
Oh,
Hey,
I'm
you
a
know that
cult.
moth
I'm
thing?
the cult leader.
You know that
So
moth thing?
you got this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
What about it?
I guess I don't need to make myself known. Have a good one,
So-
I
Selena.
appreciate your help.
So I killed that moth thing pretty much.
They'll give you a nod and say, if you, I guess, require something in your nearby, that same way you got in, that'll teleport you to a safe space.
She's gonna do the okay. Can Sanine sneak up on your
Easily.
excellent?
So, you know that giant moth thing? Can you add that to your? Can you add that to one
I
of your
wish to
storybook
sneak
there?
up on your.
You can probably. You could probably fill in the detail. You've seen how I fight. I basically ended up shooting orbs at it, got on its back, started axing it, blew its wing off
I want
after
to
it
put
flew
him in a
really far
headlock.
away.
Stealth
Yes,
check,
the fierce.
athletics check, advantage. Assuming you don't bungle your stealth.
You know, another
What
thing
is
to
she
add to
trying
the
to do?
storybook.
What? Nothing. I'm not trying to do anything.
Well, no, I'm asking so I know what York's gonna do whenever it fucking happens.
Be surprised. Unless she fucks up
I
her
know,
stealth
I'm
check.
just asking what she's doing. But
Not to be
I got
surprised.
24 on stealth.
I think that's higher than his passive. I think that's higher than everyone's passive.
And I got a nat 20 on athletics.
Got him.
Oh, here's
something,
the
just to confirm, something grabs me out of surprise.
Yes.
Sanine's gonna come up behind him and put him in a headlock.
I want you to make an intelligence save.
22.
22, you pass.
Headlock.
Jesus Christ, what is your intelligence modifier?
Plus
She's
5.
a rogue, but she had proficiency with it.
Oh, proficiency, duh.
Do I notice his attempt to attack something?
Oh yeah, she broke stealth to grab.
Yeah, I did.
No, I mean, do I notice? Do I notice that it's Sanina, or do I just notice that it's something just grabbed one of our people?
Yeah, she broke stealth to grab. You can make out her, assuming that York wasn't sitting in the magic darkness off to the side, just like.
Oh, hey, Selena.
Just in the darkest cackling as you just see shapes where his fingers draw with them.
Yeah.
It's just
Hey,
kind
Selena.
He's
Where the hell
close
did
to
you go?
snapping.
I don't know where I went. She's still holding on to him.
You should
At
let
this
him go.
point,
He is not
Finek's just
that.
gonna let it go and keep
He
holding
is-
onto his blanket.
He died again. We had to revive him. He has not had a good time.
How'd you die this time?
Fire. And bees. It was fire, right?
I know you were allergic to bees.
Oh, I'm
Bees
allergic to
usually-
burning, which everyone is.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Yes, I'm sorry, I forgot. Allergies to burning, very specific to individuals.
Man, those orcs were pretty allergic to burning. Anyways, Selena, can you fill us in on what happened from when you two split?
I touched the symbol on the wall, and then I met a bunch of people, and they fed me food.
Alright, so other people have been through here and there's some teleportation mark randomly on. Okay.
Head count about
They
12 of them total, Sanina. You would have gathered that information.
They are bug hunters.
Sanina,
Mm-hmm.
so clearly that means they came from a different path than we had entered from. Meaning, we're just where other people had been, and there's just a completely already routed path.
Possibly.
Man, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, a little bit actually.
Okay, so everyone back in the bag, we'll go back to that place we were at before, and maybe we'll find someone new.
Works for me. I'm gonna slump in the back now.
You good, Sanina?
Geronimo!
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Is Yorick okay?
No,
No,
he's not.
Do you want a piggyback ride?
I'm getting in the bag.
Who broke my child?
The bees.
You and the bees.
It wasn't me.
Looks
He
at
was
York.
just fine when I left.
You abandoned your baby.
York has not been fine for a while. Probably since the first time he died.
Giant figures staring from the distance.
I thought it was ever since he got that thing drilled in his head.
Might
Oh,
have
now
been
I
there.
can hear the screams again. Thank you.
You're in the bag.
Nope, but it was brought up. It's there. The trauma's
No
back
side
now.
comments from the bag.
Oh yeah, you can speak to insects.
I'm also going to get into the bag.
I have told you nothing, sir.
Greetings, friend and doormaker. I have offerings for you.
You're just gonna hold out your
Offerings, you
ramshackle
say?
as fuck looking hinge.
Offerings.
Offerings, you say?
Offerings to the great god of doors.
The cult of the door.
What offerings do you have?
I guess he
Hinges.
hands you like a really long, blunt stone nail looking thing and
In-
a little thing with 2 hoops that it looks like you could shove other nails into the side of if you really wanted to, or I guess just brute force whack.
Is this for door
hinges.
making?
Yes.
You want me to make the doors?
They're your symbol. They are yours.
While they're talking in the bag, re-up, fly, and
Yeah.
go back.
Alright. Are you gonna hold off on re-upping fly until you make it to where the the actual
Get to,
hole
like, the
is?
floor.
Because that would make it to where you have the most amount of movement time.
Yeah, we'll go down the slide. Pretty much get set to where we're ready to go down the hole.
Alright, light source again?
Yep.
Same 3
Get a light
saves.
rock.
Well, in the
Alright.
bag. So you're saying you just got supper and had an easy night?
The lowest roll is an 18.
That's
All
what
right,
I'm
you're fine.
saying. They also told me that they were bug hunters, so apparently these larvae and stuff are worth a lot of money.
I'd imagine, yeah, that tracks.
They offered me to join them, but I told them that I couldn't because I have a follower that I need to take care of. And obviously I do because you died when I was gone for 5 minutes.
I died on your watch too, so it doesn't really make a difference.
Doesn't matter, I bring you back.
I'm still here too. So far, 0-0. 0 for 2.
Oops. You
Hooray
gotta
for
get
the
stronger, my
assumption of
guy.
cycling oxygen, otherwise this conversation would sound like
They're just mid-conversation, just yoink, back down, yoink, back down, yoink, back down.
assuming you're heading back to that one spot that you can get there, but they have their conversations.
I think I'm okay.
He's mad. He's big jelly. I got good stew and he got death.
Yorick and Ragnar, you do realize that Sanina has what appears to be a, like, short spear of some kind that she's picked up.
Cool. Cool.
Interesting stick.
I'm still processing the difference in knights. We both went the same path, but I got death and she got supper.
We did not go the
It-
same path.
It is literally your
No,
luck.
we both went the same way, and it
No.
just ended differently.
Max,
Technically not.
Max found allies in a way to go back into the thing and potentially help you out of your situation. You got a bad situation.
Yeah, that's what you get for trooping over your big lizard feet.
I'm gonna kill you in your sleep one day, and it's gonna be glorious.
Looking forward to it.
It's called a bag of devouring.
Hey, Sanina, I
God,
got
if
you some
I
cotton
pass
candy.
the
Here, take
test.
some. Oh, cool. Taken care of.
If I pass the save, I'll be fine.
You act like you get a save if you're asleep. Sleeping creatures automatically fail strength and dex saves.
Well, if you to assume that he never sleeps.
I've had to do watch. I
A
know.
lot.
Yeah. Anyways,
Do you have hold person?
no, I don't think it's on the bard list.
I think it's on the bard list.
Don't have it right now. Why?
Oh no, I was asking Matt that above game. But we've got
Back
a
to
new
the
path to go down. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, we've got decisions to make. Which path you guys want to go on now?
Are you going back to your campsite or the first fork in the road? After the beehive.
I do insight checks to see which one sounds less like bees.
I mean, hell, you could have just gone straight through the other pathway.
Nah, we'll get a decisive party grouping ready before. You know what? Nah, let's go back to the campsite and let's make a wall of stone. Take them out. We're gonna get a doorway here.
Okay.
Take what out?
Everyone, the party.
Oh. Oh, sorry. I heard take them out. I thought you were like, we're taking out, we're killing something. And I'm like, what are we killing?
Ourselves. He's gonna shove the bag of devouring in, and we're all just gonna explode.
Open up the bag of devouring. Just dump you guys out of the bag from one bag into another.
From one to the other. Turn this inside out over that, and there we go.
There goes those pests.
All right,
out.
now I can mine this mountain in peace by myself.
Take my bag back.
It would have helped you.
Hide it underneath my blankets. So what are we doing now?
We're getting a doorway set here if we ever need to come back or want to for some reason.
How are we making a doorway? That's
Like this. Create wall of stone.
Is
Going for
stone
a
actually
wall
stay,
or like
Eric?
a dome?
well, there's a
We're gonna
rock.
do a
Well, I know,
wall.
but I mean, does it actually go and stay in place, or does it just go and collapse after it's over?
Nope. Once it stays a minute, it's permanent.
After
Okay,
10 minutes, it's permanent.
1 minute. I think it's 1 minute.
No, it's 10 minutes. Concentration
shit.
up to 10 minutes. Well, okay. After 10 minutes, it'll be permanent. At which point we can start carving shit out.
Go over to where there's more of a rocky outcropping over waxy outcroppings, and you do so. Just kind of in the distance, you can vaguely hear like the sound of a buzz and munch.
I start making more hinges.
Make another check. You need to pick yourself up a set of artisan tools.
Can smithing tools help any better?
It's not hurting.
Yes, I also have those.
It's not hurting, but it's not what they're made for.
That is a 19. Oh, cool.
Okay.
That's the wrong.
Just finding another outcropping just after about 15-20 minutes, there's another janky as hell looking hinge.
Note to self: get better tools.
As
for
he's
this.
working on this, lean over to Sinine. What did you do to him?
Who?
Yeah, he's just making hinges and talking like a cult.
That sounds like a goddamn
What'd you
like
do to him?
Lovecraft story. And then the village people
Yeah,
just
what
started
did
making
you-
hinges.
What did you do to him?
He
I
doesn't
haven't
want to.
been here.
He doesn't want to be in this place anymore, and she is the quickest way out.
That's part of what makes it scary is you haven't been here. What did he do? What happened?
I don't know.
Who hurt this man?
While you were dead, there were a lot of bees. Well, I mean, you saw them when you came back, and yeah.
Still. You don't see me making doorknobs.
Maybe you should.
No, I'm not making doorknobs.
What do you do?
At this point, I die.
You're a real downer.
You know, I think I'm allowed to be a little down right now.
I don't think you are.
I think I am.
Eh. I don't think anybody gave you permission.
I did.
Just so I can say it's been said, his thing took 15 minutes, so your wall is there forever now.
Fair. Good to...
I
This
guess
is just-
that's there.
Yes, this is just hacking out a door-sized hole in the wall now. Start
If we
that
had-
process.
We have to go and do it well so that we can put the door back in. No, she's gonna make a door.
Well, this
I
would be
guess
a
I should-
very thick stone door. I was kind of thinking we could just carve out some of this wax and then get it set up in there.
What does our god say, Eric?
I need a more complete explanation.
I was thinking
Making a
of
door out of wax.
like just cutting a chunk of wax, just cutting a chunk of wax out in the shape of a door.
Assuming you can get it over there without it breaking. Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think it'd really be breaking from that far away, but
It's solid enough that we can stand on it. It should be solid enough that it's.
It is, but you have to be
Moving
able to get it out of the amount that it can still maintain cohesion such as that. If you go too thin or something, it starts to get a bit wonky, go too heavy, and it's just real heavy.
yeah, I didn't plan on making it super
But there's
thin.
a bunch
While
of
they're
us
playing
who can-
door physics, just hand over a cup tea. I said, while just sitting here because two of us are useless while they're working on a door, just hand over a cup tea.
Sure.
Assuming you're working together, yeah, you can cut and
Is this
create.
meat tea?
Hmm?
Is this meat tea?
It's honey
Yes.
tea.
I'm sorry to break it to you, that's just honey water.
Yes,
Couldn't
if
give
you're
me this
working
one
together,
thing.
you can cut and create
Hey, wait a minute.
a big
Wait a
wax
minute.
door. Hold on.
Wait a minute.
I'll wait.
Wait a minute. There's something I could have done with DM allowance because I can take off Goodberry because we have another person to make food and water now. There's this druid spell called Stone Shape.
And let
I
you
thought
shape
that's what you were
stone.
talking about last time.
We had a long rest that could have been swapped out.
What's
That's been a-
Goodberry?
I'll spend a 4th level slot to
It's a first level version of that 3rd level spell you keep spending.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
create
just
food and water.
overall better. Nope, it's I don't know actually.
I'm pretty sure it's 2nd because how often we've had Thaddeus and been using it. But yeah, a stone door is literally one of the options that it actually brings up in this.
Does that include hinges?
It's a door. A door
see,
implies it can be opened and closed, which would mean hinges.
Yeah.
Well, you
So-
could just screw us over on this, Eric. I mean, it's entirely possible.
You have a very much more antagonistic view of Eric than he actively uses.
No, it's just that he could very well just go and say, "This is a door." It doesn't say a door frame or anything. Just a
Yeah,
door.
things like this, Eric's a lot more let the players do shit on. So
No, you're
usually-
right. Instead, it forms a rectangle of stone. It's a very intricate looking door. Directly into the side of it that doesn't open or close ever. It's useless, but it looks cool. It's even got a handle. It doesn't turn, but fuck it. Now, make a working doorway.
It's just like one of those drawers that don't open. They're just attached
I
to the
hate
shelf.
those things. I always gotta open it and then I jam my fingers when they don't open it. And I'm like, why?
I feel like you've accidentally ripped one of those off.
I have.
I've almost. It sucks.
All right. Well, we have a permanent door here, so we can come back.
Ragnar has his hinges like, yeah, now is the time. And then Jackson's just over there. Magic.
Door. For descriptive purposes, after the wall is there, Jackson's just gonna go up and just rub his hands together for a second, and then just put his hand, and then just on the where he wants the door, just shape it, just slap the stone, bam. All right, well, we've got a door.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sanina, you have a
Sane's gonna clap.
slight amber glow around you.
Hasn't it been?
Is that a bad thing?
No, it just means that you've teleported long distances.
Hasn't it been?
So it doesn't
over an
attract
hour?
bees.
It doesn't. This
You know
lasts
the
a while.
funniest part about? Do you want to hear the
Okay.
funniest part about
It's far distance.
Ragnar carving that stone?
What?
He also has that spell.
Would not be off.
Clear spell.
It would not be personal enough for the goddess of doors.
Your D door,
But-
remember, that gave you the glow? You just went literally through a wall. Theirs went God knows how far.
Neat. Different times.
Yeah.
They're different distances, different
Janine,
times.
are you glowing or am I seeing things?
But she's not red, right?
No, it's just a dull amber, and it's almost imperceptible unless you look for it, like even in the darkness. It's one of the things that
Interesting,
just
so
fades.
So it might be back-to-back teleports we can't do until the time limit's done.
Am I glowing?
Very lightly.
Oh, that's a mean question
Yes.
for everybody.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
I think.
Hey, it looks kind of like. Hey, I was going like that for a while at one point.
I had to think about now that you say that the people that I was with, they were glowing.
And I explained to you what that meant.
They did.
And did they say what it meant?
Oh, I teleported too many times. If I teleport one more time, I might die or something. I don't
No, that was the red.
All right. Well, this is what we're at now with information.
I guess.
Hey, York, can I see your
Are
map?
we
a
sure we
second?
want to teleport? Do I?
Go away.
York, can I see your map a second?
My map?
Yes. You were making a map of this place as we went along, but then you died. I was going to update it for the paths that I've been across.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I've been a little distracted. Ruffles
no, you're
around.
good.
Did I lose it or do I got it?
Unless it was made of the thinnest parchment and you kept it directly in front of your face as you cut on fire, it should be okay.
Okay. Well, I didn't know. I was just asking because I burnt to death. It seemed a fair question.
The general assumption is that you have pockets that are generally not destroyable unless something a little more extreme happens. Yours, the damage mainly
standard-
came from your vulnerability.
The standard D&D rule of everything on you is not flammable unless it specifically states it's flammable.
And then I hand over the map.
I'll sit there and just look at how he has things oriented and just, yep, we went there, we went here, flew back and I flew back and forth through the same area like 3 times, so get that jotted down. And then just have little drawings to go where, yep, those pathways are open. We have not been there yet, though. Okay, there you go.
I'll take it back and familiarize myself with it.
So, yep, we can leave and come back whenever.
Well, within reason. I don't want to die from teleporting.
Within reason, yes. I
I
think
do
we should go
imagine
back.
that you have the doorways marked with a little, like, teleportation zone sigil of some kind. Signifier.
Yeah, we'll mark that. We'll mark specifically that, yeah, there's a door there. You know what? Let's carve something into this door. To just name it, so it can be a named spot on the map.
Reclaimer's door.
We should just draw a picture of Yorick.
RC-1.
A little cobalt doodle. Oh, scared cobalt.
Why you gotta make him scared?
Because he is scared.
I think he's defeated at this point. I don't even think scared covers it.
He isn't, oh no, don't take me. He's... Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Scared little cobalt.
He's at that level of done of, I could kill you if I wanted to. Cool, so could a duck. Do it. Death means nothing to him.
He could die tomorrow of dysentery. We don't know.
We'll have this, you know what? We'll have this labeled as Reclaimers.
Okay, Eric, I know I said I'd never be mad at a character death, but if you kill me with dysentery...
What'd you name it?
We'll have this labeled as Reclaimers Gate 1 for the fact that I may be making more of these gates and just having their locations written down. As such, I can request that we go to Reclaimers Gate, insert number.
Reclaimer's Gate 1 in the cave of...
Please make
Yeah,
signifiers
fire
so I know
bees.
where the hell these things are. I'm not drawing that.
Reclaimers Gate 1. What would you like to call this little nest area we've entered in? Chamber.
Well, this is an area outside of the hive. It's a hollow. The actual, like, storage area of the bees isn't too far from here along the egg area. I don't have
Chamber
a
outside.
name.
Chamber outside the bee storage area.
Sounds solid.
Grub Hollow. Got it.
No, that was at the moth.
Grubhub.
And the grub creator is dead now, so we'll have to see what incarnates that into.
There are other grubs, so they could very well just go and grow up and become the new moth.
That takes time.
They be grubbing.
Not really.
There's also other things that might just come and eat them.
Like how Dylan has the audacity to go, that takes time. Not really, when he has no idea what the actual life cycle or biology is.
Gigantic bugs. They're probably grubs right now that are
chemically modified bugs.
Yep. There are probably some of the grubs right now who have already in their cocoons and going to be coming out any second now.
It's just not even that. I love the audacity to tell Eric, no, I don't know, you're wrong.
Yep.
Some of those were in the splash zone of a fireball, so they might be a bit crispy. Anyway, so I guess, well, we can, Snina can take us out of here now at any point. I think it might be a good idea to go back to the town at the front of the Life Spire there. Go back to that city. Yeah. We go back to the capital there. We do a bit of research, more so on the Life Spire, like we probably should have done before actually going in there. Give York some time to
I think we
decompress.
asked about, and everybody told us just, and and
Yeah.
get going.
Yeah, the
We
thing.
need
I
get
know
York
about
some
it.
drugs.
But we can go. But I can go to a library and start looking for stuff.
I'd like to offload some of this library that we just ravaged, ransacked earlier. You'll put it back in your druid guild library.
I thought you were gonna make doors.
I made you hinges.
I
You
thought
make
your
doors.
life goal was to make doors.
I make hinges. Doors for the door maker. You are the door maker.
Doors for the door maker, hinges for the hinges. Okay, but any opposition to this? Different plans?
Yeah, I'll take it. A few days to get back itself. And go find a spa.
I go off in search of Arson's tools and sorry, leave?
Step 1, leave. Meaning, Max / Sunita must put a thing. Tell me where.
Max.
I'm
Maximus?
thinking.
Well, the plan is Bella Nue, and we only had a few doors we saw there, I think.
Is there a door to a tavern in Villeneuve?
Yeah.
We're going to the tavern.
Alright.
Door maker provides.
You set up the teleportation spell, you get the door open, you can see the outside of a tavern through it.
Go on through.
Go on.
Heading on through, you run into the
Waddle.
people that are understandably surprised.
Hey, we're back from the last Spire. How's it going?
I walk between the legs.
Once it becomes obvious, it's just adventure bullshit. They just kind of...
Yep. Hey, is there anyone around here that's not dead in the eyes?
Perception check?
No, that's him asking out loud.
It's just a collective shrug.
Like,
At this
is there any of
question,
you-
I am actually curious. I want to do a perception check for that.
like, is there any of you that's, different, a bit more upbeat, perky, interested in anything aside from getting bare minimum done?
28.
See some of them looking around, just like, is there? Nobody's stepping forward.
I want to do a perception
And
check
they're a
on that.
lively crowd.
Eric,
Yo.
Dylan asked about perception checks that you said and got a 28.
Okay. Looking around, for the most part, it's just adventure shit. But there's a few of them that are like adventure shit, whereas I am mildly interested. Not enough to deal with adventurer shit.
Just all these people armored up, kitted out, ready to go. Tiny little kobold in a blanket just waddling out the door.
Okay, well, you lot have a nice day, or whatever you consider it. Jackson gonna go to the library.
Get about their business. Going to the library, one person, anybody else going other places? See how many...
Magic store and a
Maybe
regular
go to find
store.
a spa.
I would love a spa.
I feel like a spa treatment would be good.
Okay, so you are
If
all...
any of them care.
So you are all glowing amber except for Sanina, who is glowing red.
Ew.
Like nurse just
That don't look good on you, man.
You said red's not my color?
I don't think red's your color.
We teleported some distance. This one might be a while.
Gotta lay off the teleporting.
That's fair. Also, maybe avoid the blood of the enemies thing. That's pretty red.
Different shade.
You know what? Fair. Different shade. It might work better.
If it's insect blood, it might just be a different color.
Family friendly.
Blue blood.
Orange.
That's crustaceans.
Green. What
There-
color is the blood of insects?
Varies.
Depends
There.
on the insect.
Going to go find somewhere to relax. Jackson's looking for the library. Ragnar is going to a magic shop. Right?
Yeah, magic shop and to find artisan's tools.
Same place
Two
you've
different
been
adventures.
going?
For magic shop, yes.
Okay. Let's start it with, Sanina and Yorick. Go ahead and make a investigation or perception check as you go around town to try to find the place.
All right. Let's see. Perception or investigation?
Yeah.
Okay.
While they're rolling, Ragnar, what are you going to the magic shop for? So I know if I need to plan for a here's all the things, or just
Very specific.
drop in, grab,
Em-
leave.
Emergency
22.
Oh, thank God.
teleport to someplace safe or to a separate place.
Okay. 22, you say?
Yeah.
Thank God she got a 22 because I got an 11.
Jeez,
Maybe
help
that's
me.
your problem because you're not rolling with your dice.
Huh?
Your problem is that you're not rolling with your dice.
I am rolling with my dice.
That wasn't your dice.
I checked my stat bonuses.
Oh, where's your dice at? Oh, I thought you were using the online thing. I was like, well, that's your problem. The computer hates you.
This dice hates
I'm
me
using
now.
my dice. I haven't had luck in a while.
Yorick with 11, he just finds a mud puddle and heats it up.
Just crouched over it, poking it with the finger. There we go. Now it's nice.
Prestidigitates it to warm.
Well, before he gives into his lizard instincts, Sanina scrambles around and manages to find a place where it's a natural spring and they've kind of set it up as a spa area.
So Sania's gonna go over and drag Yorick out of the mud.
He's just sitting there leaning over, eyeing that up like he about to lose it.
Although that mud does look awfully comfortable.
Maybe later.
Maybe later.
I don't know why it looks so tempting.
But you head that way, and for the sake of expediency,
lizard,
instead
yeah.
of explaining each and everything, I'm just gonna say you're gonna be there for a while. And you have a relaxing time as much as they can manage, like they are able to deal with like cleaning scales and dealing with your claws and Sanina, whatever the fuck it is you want or do.
Did I get a haircut?
Want one. And
They
only
can
if you
have a lot of
describe what
work
it
on
looks
their
like
hair.
afterward.
No.
It's somehow longer than it was before.
Yeah, she's gonna go get one of those Grand Theft Auto haircuts where it's just longer.
I mean,
Here at
realistically,
least there's magic.
yes, A, there is magic. B, this is D&D, the world where everything's invisible, and it's kind of assumed that everybody maintains their image. So you could go for a haircut and come out with a GTA style more hair, because realistically,
Because of the top cap.
It's
Oh,
anime. You
yeah.
have the
Sania's gonna
same
go in
outfit
for a
every day.
haircut and come out looking the exact same like every other girl does.
it's
You wanna be?
nigh
Oh, shit,
imperceptible.
Max cuts hair, she
The
knows.
man gets offended
Nice
when
to cut
nobody
hair.
notices.
I have yet to have that issue.
Okay,
I've seen it.
you said that your
But-
magic shop trip was going to be nice and quick, so let's go there next.
All right. Hello, fine purveyor of magical goods.
And look up, give you a half wave.
I have recently had an unfortunate experience with getting stuck inside a mountain with a bunch of death bees without any way to escape. I suppose you have any good artifacts for teleporting away to either specific location or to a preset location.
I forgot that this was D&D and that magic shops were real. I thought he was going into a magic shop that has like fake barf and stuff.
Yeah.
He
They
just wanted
offer
some
you a
candles.
deck of playing cards.
He just wanted some candles with esoteric names.
They're made of steel and will cut you.
He wanted those candles that don't go out when you blow them out. They
Without
relight.
even really like blinking at your explanation of big scary insects, they'll just kind of get the catalog thing and leaf through it a bit. Back to a safe place. We have a couple recall teleports. Is that what you want?
Depends. How are they reusable or are they just one-time use?
They're one-time use. I got one nearby. They pull out a little rod. Just take it, crack it in half, and it'll send you to one of the temples here in town.
There are no. So you possess none that can be reused.
Nope, and with the adventurers and what they do, this makes the most money.
All right. How many do you have, and how expensive are these?
Quite a lot, and a bit, but not that bad.
Oh,
Each
really?
one goes for about 20.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Like 50.
I'll need to see exactly how many we have. I don't know if it's 50. Give me a minute. They walk away.
Did you just ask for 50 of these?
Yes.
Oh, hey, it's you again. Just the cleric.
Just every few days at the clerics. Oh, you're back.
I foresee much use of these.
They return later. Alright, people have been buying the stock. We still have a lot of them, though. But it's not 50. It is, however, 43.
Like 43.
And, careful carrying them. Due to the teleporting nature, they can get a little weird in certain carrying devices, and also, you know, if they break accidentally, you're going.
Okay. What kind of carrying devices?
Like, put too many in a bag of holding or haversack, and they have a tendency to disappear.
How many is too many, I wonder.
They shrug.
Like I need all of these at once. Anyway, guess there's 860 coins. I'd also like some healing potions. You have those, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Right. That's for greater healing potions.
Greater, that's the, what's the dice on that again?
Greater is 44 plus 4.
It's the ones that are twice that of the lesser. Those are going for, that's the thing, about 15 gold at the moment.
Alright.
We don't have
I'll
too
take-
many of those, though. They've kind of been buying up the stock, and we haven't gotten a shipment in.
You have 7 of those?
Yeah?
I'll take 7.
Alright.
Now, how much you say that was? 15?
I think.
There's 965 gold.
Alright. telecommunication from the gods. Hey,
Yes.
there are fire
Bag.
bees.
Arby's. What about fire bees?
Potions of fire resistance or other such items.
Ah, yes. Potions of fire resistance.
Or other such items.
Other such items.
There you go,
Do you have
cleric.
some?
There's your divine intervention.
God said get fire resistant shit if we're fucking with bees.
Or just give fire resistant shit because somebody burned. More than usual.
Yeah.
And fire is the most common element.
I'm trying to do math the entire time you guys are talking. It's like,
There's no more math involved.
I'm still trying to do the math from 43 snap things that potion recalls.
Times
Like,
2.
you know, they
Add a
say
0.
that, but I don't even think York knows he's a fucking fire weak right now. He just got lit the fuck up and died.
Ragnar
but
has
Seb,
seen
you
burns
died.
before. Your
Yeah.
burns were more burny.
My burners were more burny. Thank you for that scientific explanation, sir.
Gets
I
the
love
message
it.
across.
Damn grass types.
Alan,
I'm gonna fucking
Devin,
come for you for that one, man.
you have some potions of fire resistance as well as anything to imbue fire resistance as well for more permanent basis.
We got potions. We got some armor that's been inscribed. We got rings and other such accoutrement that have it. What are you looking for?
The potions and a ring.
Okay. Any particular level of fanciness on the ring?
Unless it goes and increases its ability, no.
Okay. So one ring and how many potions are you looking for? You looked like you were having a problem with math. I'll just add everything up.
Let's say 8 potions. Well, no. Let's 6 potions. Okay, 4. 4 potions of fire resistance.
Okay. So that and the ring. Gonna run ya 230 gold total. It's a non-attunement ring, a little more on the expensive side.
Wonderful.
So they'll head to the back for a bit. After a few minutes, they'll come out with these blue potions and also a it looks to be like a black iron ring of some sort, and it has tiny little blue runes on the outside. There's that.
Thank you. Suppose you have any master pouches, do you?
Yeah. Need one?
Yeah.
How many do you
And
need?
so if the others don't have them yet, they're not going to get any. So just the one.
Okay. 30 gold.
Give it to him.
You need the parchment and ink and stuff to go with that.
Yes, please.
Give me 1 more gold.
I'll give him 1 more gold.
Stealing all of your $10 bills.
This guy makes so much money off all these adventures.
Yes.
Yet he has no.
Yeah.
Yet he experiences no joy.
Yes.
He's making such a profit. He lives so well. There is no joy from it, though.
Only torture.
Need anything else?
I don't suppose you have any random Just rings of resistance, resist elements or something, right?
You mean
Not
like that one
attunable?
I just gave you?
That or anything in general. What are the options? I'm
That
here
in
now.
different elements.
And how many can you wear at once?
How
Or
many
just on the
fingers do you have? So the non-attunement ones, they will eventually kind of get a little weird if you just try to stack them.
uh-huh. I should probably be good enough.
That or you'll just look like a shining ray of lootable items to anything that has a knife for loot.
We need Yorick to get the Infinity Gauntlet of Resistance rings.
Yes.
Yeah, it can be
Will
anything I
cost
want
him
it to
everything.
Because
Including his
someone will
gold.
kill him.
Damn it.
Because someone will
But
kill
will
him
it
for
be
it.
worth it?
Immediately gets killed because someone steals it from him.
It was Sanina.
Yes.
He did not pay tribute to his god.
What magic shields do you have?
You looking for a particular effect? Or just blanket magic shield?
How about it?
It's just a quick stop, in and out.
I wasn't expecting this.
It's a magic shop.
I know.
That has a huge catalog. This is like your third or fourth time
I've
here.
been here before.
Hey,
It
Eric, do you
says,
have
oh wait, I could get this.
Hey, Eric, do you have exposition ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
for the spires, absolutely.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's what Jackson will be looking into, and just asking like, hey, where are the information about this place?
All right.
I got your thing.
Lost what the fuck I was thinking about. A magic shield that helps against physical damage more than usual.
So you're talking like a shield?
Shield.
I think we have a shield. A little pricier though. They'll go in the back and disappear for a few moments. They return later. Alright, we got one that's attunement, one that's not.
Any noticeable difference between the two besides price?
The attunement one has more uses and is cheaper. The other one has less.
I actually don't think I have very many attunement things. All right. So, I guess I'll go with the attunement then.
Attunement version, they open the catalog, flip a few pages. Alright, that'll be... One's on the pricey side. That one will run you $675. And the descriptor here says that it'll be good for the shield spell 3 times the long rest.
Give me a second.
Quick trip. He comes back, car full of goods.
Eric, we're
I
going
know.
through. We're just going through the Metroidvania mega dungeon here. Just need different abilities and access. We've got save and checkpoints.
That's
Now,
what the spires are.
You just,
Yeah.
you need to. If only you could have music. Just have Metroid background music.
It just has a shield that just 3 times will go on. Give me a shield.
You know how shield works,
barrier.
right?
An invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects you until starting next turn. You have plus
It
5
sounds like you know
AC,
exactly what shield does.
triggering attack.
Glad to know you have the encyclopedic description.
Let's look the damn thing up. Now, is that a
Ragnar just
observation?
holding the ball.
Okay, that's better. Okay, that's better than I thought it was gonna be.
He's just reading a description of what spells are from a familiar-looking book on the counter.
Yes.
Is just reading the description of the catalog right there
Yeah.
that the guy is holding out for him.
Everybody else making progress, doing fanciful things. The other two people just
Field of
massage.
fielding. Yeah, how's the hot spring couple going?
Comfortably, I think.
All right. Unless you have something that can go on keeping an extra attack every turn. Attack faster. I don't think that might be it. There's something there. Is there?
He just got a shield of Eric. He just got a shield of shielding. Now he could get a hammer of hasting.
Oh God.
5-minute excursion. In, out.
I wasn't expecting this. Okay.
Welcome to a magic catalog shop.
You didn't give me a list of options. You just said, "Hey, I have a bunch of things. You want to take a guess?" And so I'm taking some guesses.
Would you like to see my wares?
Yeah. So,
Says this whole kettle.
I suppose something that gives me cast haste upon me.
Hey, look
Yeah,
at
but
the
Rings-
pile of money you've put on the counter. Oh, look at that. It's lunch break.
You've paid for this elf's child's education, so he too considered a counterboard for eternity.
Yeah, realistically, he just paid for the next shipment of stuff because capital cities buy shit from other places, sell it at a slight whatever.
Fuck that realism shit. College time.
Ah,
Gold.
in that case, you're gonna need to keep putting down money.
All right. Well,
He got the initial tuition paid. He got
Gold
the,
roughly
like,
equivalent to $10.
He got the get in the door money put in there.
Just about.
anything of haste?
He's going to lunch.
They're going to lunch. You can get that next time.
I was going to keep standing here until the end of the until I come back.
That will be next time.
Yeah.
Walks to the door. We'll see.
Just
walks up the
Go out and get an
back.
artisan's kit or something from somewhere else, by the way. Go on to someone else.
Okay. That one will run you. Gasp, I never do this. 2 gold, 5 silver.
Are you doing silver as a 10 currency? I don't
Yep,
remember.
they're all 10s.
Okay, 10.
That one will cost you
That's
25 bucks.
So how much is a silver, then? How much of a gold coin is a silver coin?
1/10.
A tenth? A tenth? Tenth? Do math.
What?
I donate the rest of a silver from that to my to the nearest temple of the life god.
Okay.
So it's just 2 gold
What was-
coins?
He
3.
wants to
3.
spend gold.
You want to round it up?
Yes. Because I go and donate the rest of it at the nice life temple nearby.
Okay. You managed to find the temple district. It doesn't look like it needs your donation, but you put it just kind of on the doorway anyway, and then walk
I'm
away.
sure the donation box. All these things have donation
No.
boxes. Yes.
Not these.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you recall this is a land where the gods are literally real? And the clerics perform
oh,
a service
donation boxes.
to the community.
Yeah, they all have donation boxes. It's even more reason to have a donation box.
If you're
You
in
could probably
Kingelgrad.
You could probably just find the nearest cleric and just go, here for the church.
I see a nearest homeless person, just give it to them. There. I tried to do a nice thing, okay?
And the
Illinois
donation
actually doesn't have that much of a homeless problem.
Eric.
It's
Move
the
on.
fact.
It's
They have a-
unrealistic at all. So just move on. Move on.
They have a very high quality of life here. It's just no one enjoys life.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. Let's move on. Let's not get into this.
Okay. You went shopping for your day. Guess I'll go to Jackson now. The
Probably a big
library
cap.
is easy enough to find.
We saw it on the way in at one point, or
Yes.
around somewhere. Just go up to, I guess, person at like the front counter area. Excuse me, could you direct me somewhere?
The librarian will kind of crane their head over at you. What is it that you're needing? To
So-
go where?
So, I'm looking for information on the Life Spire and its general contents, history, anything people have found there so far.
We can
And-
direct you there. Can you read Elven?
Yes,
Alright. They will.
if it's an... 1 second, please, before you do that. If it's an ancient dialect, I might struggle some, but if it's the modern version from the past several hundred, potentially 1,000 years, I should be good. Also, if there's a long-standing history record of this place, or several volumes of that.
Most of that should be available. Any of the older stuff we probably have in private areas so that it doesn't get broken while people try to translate it.
Very well. I mean, I would like to read that at one point, but I don't want to damage anything and, well, hold up thick dwarven hands. I wouldn't want to accidentally cause any trouble.
Most has been translated. If you have any tomes that need that, then we will accept them. Otherwise, we will take you, or I'll show you, or tell you where it is you need to go.
Well, I have some interesting stuff from the Life Spire, actually, from my recent trip there. It's not in Elven. I believe one of my compatriots said it was in a Celestial.
They will nod. That's relatively common. Looking at your outfit, I'm assuming adventurer type, so you'd probably want paid for the endeavor. We could arrange something if you bring the tomes here.
Very well. Actually, Jackson had a lot of... I can just write to Yorick to stop by the library at some point.
I was gonna say you handed them all over to him to work on and read since nobody else here read them.
I'll write a letter to Yorick for whenever he reads it of they can help translate all the books we got at the library and can pay us for it.
Listen, right now I got a mud mask and a foot rub going on. I ain't answering shit.
Nope, you're good. Like I said, whenever he gets to it. Yes,
That was stupid, brain. No. I put Yorick in like the little, like, stereotypical mud mask, whatever stuff, and then there were cucumbers over his eyes, and then went, nah,
Yes.
cucumbers are bad.
Yes.
We can't be using those. So then I took them away, and I put pepperoni in there, please.
Eric, Eric, I had a similar thought, but it wasn't pepperoni. It was just 2 curled up shrimps.
Oh my god.
All right, well, I've written to my friend that has those books. I don't know when he'll come by.
Sipping a
But
martini. I feel like something important just came up, Sanine.
he's a short kobold with an interesting color scheme. Looks a bit touched in the head. He's died a few times, so
Fuck you.
What? He'll come by eventually.
Well, make sure he doesn't die in the Spire.
Well, he actually did die in the Spire, and we revived him there.
Ah, well, look that up whenever you gotta find your things.
Oh,
That's
oh,
ominous.
this will be interesting. Do you know what happens, or are you just gonna leave it a surprise for me to find out?
Well, you could read it. Basically,
Okay, I'll
those
read.
spires are special dungeons. Things that die in there normally end up coming back as monsters that live in there.
Oh, so if you die in there, you become a giant insect like everything else in there. Oh,
That's why the mega dungeons don't get cleared.
so everything. Okay, well, interesting. So we should be murdering everything along the way to clear it out to make it easier for everyone else, so more people don't get converted.
Well, the book will detail it better, but normally if things die from an upper level, it just moves them down. And then that will be even worse.
Interesting. Well, the books that we found said something about it seemed to deal with actual creation of people fucking with the monsters of some kind, making them themselves. We're looking at like ancient time frame here for that book, though.
I'm not personally a historian on it.
Well, actually, is there someone in here that is?
Hold, I'll see if they're in today.
Thank you.
They go away for a little bit. Come back and... Sorry, they're not in today.
Ah, very well. Is there possibly an appointment I could make with them?
You could if you so desire. I can leave them a note.
Oh, yes, thank you. Well, I don't know how long we're going to be here, but considering we teleported from the Life Spire all the way back here,
I can see that.
this glow is going to be on us for quite some time, isn't it?
Normally about a day-ish. If you actually leave the Spire.
Oh, well, maybe I can book. Maybe they'll be available tomorrow at some point. I'll probably be here most of the time, anyways.
You're gonna be here for 24 hours, so if they're in tomorrow, get your
Well,
note.
most of it, but I'm not going to sleep here. That seems kind of rude. Wait, you sleep here?
In the library or in an inn in town?
That was directed at the library.
People have. There's not accommodations, and they're really not supposed to, but it happens.
Look, I've been sleeping on stone and honeycomb, so it's more comfortable. I'm sure your floor is more comfortable than that, but I don't intend to.
There is an inn about 2 blocks that way.
Yes, we teleported back to one. Well, if you could direct me to those books, please, or that section.
They direct your attention to basically a little map of the library that they have, and they point out a section.
Yes, thank you. Is there anyone in this city that you happen to know that looks less dead in the eyes and is more, well, alive in general, unlike most of the populace, that type of deal?
That's a broad generalization. That thing you're describing happens to everyone, so there's no, like, guarantee of it. You'd have to be looking for, like, adventures running through or something, and there's a lot of them, but they're normally just in and out.
I meant amongst the elven population here that is, well, different in that sort.
Not particularly?
Okay, I was seeing if there was a local that wanted to move anywhere. I'll be off to the books then. Thank you for your help.
Okie dokie.
Alright, Eric, exposition dump time.
Okay, specific questions, general overview. Help direct this.
We'll just start with general overview.
Okay. Life Spire. It is one of the Spire mega dungeons that exist across this continent. It is the one that exists in Bellinue. Things inside are normally of a, well, life variety, as in they are normally gigantic and or very much like healthy versions of things you might find outside. And the inside is very naturalistic as a result. Spire conformity, each one appeared before or during the God War time, so specific information is unknown. Things that die inside normally end up reincarnating as a monster that lives inside. As floors are cleared, the reincarnation moves downward. Attempts to break this cycle have as of yet met failure.
Do we have information on like the different layer areas, or?
You have the things at the top, and it's your standard affair of, like, you would imagine in any video game dungeon where it's like, not that bad, resources here, there, the other way, better stuff, worse stuff.
So like where we had the spiders and the bees there.
The spider, if you look at it there, it would mention that there are like sub-bosses and major bosses you'd find as you're heading downward. It seems like that's either a sub or a major of the thing, given it's off to the side location. You can probably assume it was either a major side or a sub.
What about the bees?
The bees, looking at the qualifications in here, that just seems to be an area hazard / type of spawn.
Is there any mapping?
Of the above, but heading into the area you've gone into, they're still compiling. So you can get basically the alternate path that leads to the hive that you didn't take.
Uh-huh.
And that's about the extent of the floor you guys are currently on.
We'll get that. I'll get that written down and combine it with the works map later.
But most of that goes upward, and all that stuff has been cleared. Now it's like just a mining area and stuff like that.
How about the forest area that Jackson went to? Is that noted on there?
It seems that the pathways lead to the hive, and then the forest area itself doesn't have any proper stuff on it, because it's on the other side of the hive.
Jackson just muttering there. Guess we found the next area. Lovely. Anything about the temporal stuff going on?
Temporal stuff and not a single thing. The teleport stuff, though, it basically restates what I told Sanina, where going through objects or outside the spire basically gives you a countdown of how many teleports you can manage. Amber, you're not doing great, but you can still manage one more. Red, don't teleport or you run a serious risk of being lost to oblivion.
Is there any scientific or any like known results of the people that just boop?
It is assumed they were transported to the Sea of Stars without a craft.
Man, sounds like you need a person with a 7th level spell called Plane Shift. If you want to do that. And not be consumed by the everlasting void.
Got about the span of a heartbeat or two to get your plane shift out.
You have that 6 seconds of breath you had to quickly scream the incantation.
Anything else?
I mean, this is Jackson just sitting here for just hours and hours reading, so
Basically, so if you could think of anything, because I think the general rundown has been accomplished. Unless I'm forgetting something
Yeah.
glaring.
Other people. Is Eric forgetting anything? Am I forgetting anything? Are there questions you want to know?
That's actually fair.
For me to just relay to you saying what DM said. Matt? Dylan? Max?
Oh. Any reason why there aren't any further maps? Just lack of attention, or was it just
Adventurers
too
haven't mapped
difficult
that
to
up.
go through it?
Big scary monsters in the way.
Yeah, so I'm saying, was it just deemed too treacherous to do? And wait, why are they even coming out here? Weren't they saying something about the monsters coming out of the thing or something? Like,
No, we were originally going here just to clear out some monsters for miners.
I thought it was just to investigate the area of the weird happenings inside.
They've broken through a new layer of the life spire. There's a bunch of things coming in from the new broken through area, which happens every time they break through an area.
what's the mission then?
We've got a whole fucking jungle to explore of get fucked by giant insects.
No, seriously, what's the mission? Because I mean, it doesn't sound like.
Our mission statement is explore.
Yeah, but I mean, what for? What? I mean, are we just supposed to map out all the areas of this place? Or are we supposed to
Collect cool
build some
shit,
big
leave.
We're in there.
Okay.
We're in there. We're mapping. We're looting. Killing stuff.
Finding out new information about the world that we didn't have before, as our books have already found.
So,
like all the spires are just mega dungeons. They just are dungeons.
That's not like something that they'd already know.
we're just going. Yeah, no, we're exploring mega dungeon. That's it. We're just going down.
Until we call it off.
Yeah, until we call it off, we have no other say. Until we call it off, until basically someone sends us a letter or an important event from the world happens, which if we're in the mega dungeon, we're probably not going to know unless someone sends us a letter. We can just back and forth, or we want to leave. But at the moment, we have no other known objectives. And this is just a place to gain experience and wealth.
Is there anything besides horrific swarming insects in this damn place?
Not yet.
Maybe. We'll find out if we go down deep enough.
I'd be okay with gigantic bear or something as opposed to just 50,000 bees.
If there's a forest, there might be giant bears.
I swear to God, if there's a giant bear and I get attacked by it, I'm gonna be upset.
Maybe Elden Ring.
You won't be upset, Matt. You're just gonna die.
I just got my whole stuff lined out, realigned here.
Yep. And you'll just die.
It's gonna be rune bear status. Well, Matt hasn't had to deal with the rune bears.
They're just awful.
But yeah. Matt, any questions for the Life Spire?
Yeah, why does it hate me?
It hates all.
It feels pretty personal right about now.
The Life Spire wishes to consume you to add you to the horde.
It thinks you're very attractive. It wants to make you a part of it.
It has an Uncle Sam poster on the wall saying it wants you.
It's hitting on you.
Me specifically,
I understand. It's got a crush. It's trying to crush you.
Looking up stuff about it, there is, of course, a suspicion that there's something at the bottom of each of the spires, but nobody's managed it yet. And that's pure speculation.
Alright, back to the guild that we put a fucking doorway there for door travel. With its description. And a label.
Alrighty then.
And also if there's any important world events or if there's any missions that could possibly need handling that other people we have can't.
Oh yeah, because we can just sleep at the kill. Is it only teleporting inside the life spire that causes these things? Like if if say Sanine teleported now, would it cause issues if she was teleporting like across places that wasn't in the life spire?
If you have an aura about you, the aura's effects will continue.
That's okay for all teleports. Okay, that's fair.
So
I was just checking to see if it was only involving like the life spire in this situation, or if it's everything around
Yeah,
you.
there's even
Or just all
reports
teleports in
of
general.
somebody teleported out with a yellow, and then it teleported again, and it changed the red. It's basically just a lingering effect.
In other
Once
words,
it's
if she
started, you gotta
doesn't
let it
leave
clear
right
out.
now, she's just gonna die. Teleports.
Good chance.
So she sleeps in town and sleeps that
Steve.
off.
All right, Yorick, here's your chance. Grab her and cast D-Door.
No. I'm currently getting like a calf massage. I can't be bothered.
All right. Anything else you have for us, Eric?
Writing to the guild, they basically just give you a thing of, no, they're just waiting on whatever it is you managed to bring back.
No, I meant for like no. That was a note for if something comes up.
Okay.
More so. Basically, if you want to give us other quests that aren't just doing this mega dungeon,
That's your way.
but I don't know. If we think of any questions later, we can just ask them then. I guess.
How long does it take for the aura to go away?
24
That
hours.
is-
For each level or just for one?
If you leave the Spire, it's 24 hours.
In the Spire, it seemed to
It is.
vary. Might be the farther you teleport, the longer it lasts. But I guess we get to go on an Elven history lesson now. Unless Eric has decided the Life Spire reading was long enough for Stonewall's Day.
Well, that's probably honestly quite a lot, but if you want to keep reading, you're here for 24 hours. Unless anybody else wants to do if anyone else wants to do anything else, then they can speak up now. Otherwise, I'm just going to assume you're going to meet up and find a tavern.
Tavern.
No, I'm having a spa day. I'm spending my whole day recovering.
All right.
I feel like I have earned it.
Something's trying to cheer up your.
Oh,
Okay,
you're
it's
doing
doing
much
much
better
better.
after the spa, but it's just he just needed something to get away from this shit.
Sounds like exposition time, Eric.
Question driven.
Lore time. Oh no, this I'll say this was him going through the Elven history part.
Well, just the general whatever of Belanue itself is that after the God Wars, it was the least destroyed. They reestablished their cities proper and have been maintaining ever since.
Here's a good part for it. When did the elves go from like the more classical fantasy elf to what they are now?
That was at conception due to the nature of elves in this setting as opposed to Faerun.
You made a comment earlier that made it seem like they weren't always this way due to a lot of the architecture and stuff.
No, it's a psychological thing due to how their lifespan works.
Okay. I
don't know how they made a race.
And since they don't have like a big warrior culture or things like that, eventually they just kind of Like, I've been doing this for 150 years and it's not fucking changed.
I had a misunderstanding because you made it seem like at some point, like some of the ancient architecture looked like they put a lot of effort into it, and
They do, and they have. It's just they've been suffering from stagnation for the last however many thousand years. And they don't have reason or cause to change that.
they don't have dwarf syndrome of I'm gonna make this perfect so this chair lasts for 200 years.
Well, dwarf syndrome has largely been okay. We as a collective have these areas, but that family has more areas than I have, and that's not okay. And then, about a century later, somebody goes through and takes what they took.
And repeats in a loop.
Uh-huh.
It's it's conquest. It's conquest, and people are just switching between the flags.
Kingograd is pure business self-involvement to the extreme, on and on and on, upwards and upwards. Raktesh is chaotic war tribe, basically what dwarves do, except messier.
I love that. They're dwarves, but worse.
They are! And it fits!
Also, this whole world sounds like a chaotic fucking spiral that shouldn't have made it out of birth, but here we are somehow.
Just like the real one.
They should have died out.
It's okay. There's snake people on another continent. We can always go there.
They got their shit together more, or at least it seems like it.
You know, except for possible explosions of the volcano.
Eh,
Oh wait,
potato,
meta knowledge.
potato.
Meta
Okay,
knowledge.
well-
Oh, no.
Read history on that. Read history on Bellinue for a while. Go tavern with them.
Yeah, unless there's something specific, that's what we got.
Oh, like
Nope.
a new fresh blanket.
My main thing was my my misunderstanding there that I thought they were different at some point.
Want to give me 2 gold and get an even fluffier one?
Hell yes.
Yeah, $20.
I'll fucking pay 2 gold for a nice fluffy blanket, and then I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make it warm. And just like lay in my heated blanket as I walk back. Just like that. Oh, I've needed that. That's wonderful.
Yeah, at the moment, most of the guild quests are with your region, stuff with Attica and the incursion from the other plane, and that goes into the area that you guys didn't want to go to. So until something else crops up.
You mean the Forbidden Zone?
No, the politics and shit.
Oh yeah, the politics. Nah, no, we don't want to do politics.
Politics suck. Nobody wants to do politics.
Everything is politics.
No, it's not.
With that mindset, yeah. With that mindset, everything's politics.
And everything sucks.
I'm terrible at politics, sir.
Our characters are not built for that.
No.
Especially when we
I
can't
mean-
make any changes.
Sorry, my character is built to make them worse. To make things worse there.
My character is built to bash people's faces in. You can't do that in politics.
I mean, you can,
Yes.
absolutely.
You can't.
Not in the kind of politics that would work well.
You can challenge people to duels.
Or
Because
fight
you
on
don't
the
like
side
the-
of an army.
I do would like it to as we get into the
It's not.
tavern, wherever we're staying for the night. I would like to go through the books a bit more to see if there's anything hidden in them.
Okay, anyone in particular? Because I know you have a couple ones that I've mentioned and said were special. The other ones seemed, I think, were just like a bunch of old library books.
He said he's doing that at the tavern.
Yeah, might as well. Like, well, we're just relaxing for the evening.
Hey, did you get the message I sent you earlier?
Oh, yeah, I got it. I just was busy.
Yeah. You can have, if you drop those off by the library, they can help you translate.
Oh, I don't have any issues translating. I can read it fairly well.
I meant to get it translated faster so other people can read it, and it's available.
Hey, York.
But I'd rather read through it before I hand it off.
That's fair.
And yeah,
I have a gift for you. I present to you a ring of fire resistance.
Well, I'll take it. I like burning less.
I think you need it. You burn more than you should burn. That looks like a problem.
Exposition dump for what was learned at Life Spire at some point while we're here.
Opens mouth, letters just out. Gotcha. Does that sound about right?
Xbox appears.
But okay.
Also,
So what do you guys think is at the
gift.
bottom?
I present each of them 3 sticks of recall.
Ah, this will be helpful. Thank you. York, to answer your question. Eric, how many spires are there?
One in each country.
Is Max still there?
Yeah. She's right next to me.
No, I'm dead.
So
She doesn't
there-
enter.
I
Doesn't
mean,
enter
you
the
could have
random
just gone to sleep.
Very easily.
She doesn't enter the random conversation as much unless she's actively brought up.
There are 6
talk
known
for a living.
ones, and they haven't found any in Galadrius yet.
Stopping for a second there. I just had a thought.
Yeah?
Where's
Could be the entrances potentially to where, you know,
yeah, where's
the
what?
gods left.
Recall sticks.
You teleport to a safe place.
It is a single person teleport cost in action.
Yeah.
And it'll take
So,
you to one of the churches in Bellinua capital.
Each spire could represent. Stops for a second. Each spire represents one of the gods, doesn't it?
Well, there's 6 of them now. That would leave 2 left to find.
There's that
If
Galadrius
that's the
place.
case. Well, yeah, of course, Galadrius. It could be in Galadrius.
Well, you have to
So,
consider one. You have to consider there's also that one god split
Which
off
one?
from the rest there.
yeah, but would
What?
they have made, if this is their exit from the world, why would there be one for them?
Different corruption. Could work different. Don't know.
I feel like if we're gonna deal with them, it'll be in the corruption zone.
That's probably where theirs would be if there is one.
Just to say, like, hopefully not. I don't know if that's good.
Relay
I don't
this
think it'd be very
potential.
healthy.
Relay this potential to Jack. Jack's smarter. Jack have information network.
He
Oh,
does, but he
yeah,
doesn't
that's
really have any
tonight.
interest in what the gods be doing right now. So he doesn't give you too much of a great response.
It is more of just a
Sharing
hey, this
information.
might be a thing. Yeah, it's more of a hey, this might be a thing.
I have one of those now. In case we get separated again.
Oh yes, that is a wonderful thing to have. Especially if we get separated.
It's
Well.
also why I got these sticks of recall.
So if we do get separated, we can get the hell out of here.
Yes. Of course, then we might run into a problem with, well, how York was just dead. And if I'd been able to just leave.
Man,
might have
like,
been
come on,
differently.
I was in such a good mood. Do you not have any kind of censorship to yourself? I was in such a
No.
good mood. You
I
know, you kind
apologize.
of come off as a prick sometimes, buddy.
I just got you a gift.
You've been around enough.
Yeah,
to
then
watch
you
the
just
people.
went here. Hey, you know, you fucking died. It's kind of rude sometimes.
You've been
I
around
never
enough
brought you
dwarves to see
back.
what we're like.
What do you say?
Yeah, most of them have some tact to not just go up to that person and go, "Man, you died, huh?"
Oh no, a lot. Shit, most of us will probably go up to you and make fun of you for it or joke around with it.
The most I've
Yeah.
dealt with, they haven't really done that. No. It's
Yeah.
like, well, you know, most common people have the idea that death is a terrible thing.
Yeah, but it happens a lot. They're kind of used to it.
You got your patron's domain.
And?
Also, I need to see your map to update it because I have other mapping pieces from where other
Okay.
people have been exploring.
Yeah, here, and I'll pass it over.
Combined maps, map updated.
Oh, damn it
Okay.
all.
Okay, so I guess our next pathway will be from going from our stone gate there down one of these places. But that's gonna wait till tomorrow or after.
Until that glow, he points to Sunny, goes away, I think. Because otherwise, I don't
That-
think we're going much of anywhere quick.
Mind if we make a quick stop back to the guild after she quits glowing? And drop off this library and such like, and make sure nothing important might not be lost. Need to drop other things off.
We can do that. There is also I have an appointment tomorrow with someone at the library to discuss some things.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, I think I should probably say just inside Yorick's mind, because he would have had this thought. You're aware that Jackson's saying to donate a lot of the books, but you're also aware that part of your quest is find things that the guild can use. So,
I'm
like,
aware.
yeah, okay.
Well, the donate was more to have them translated so they'd be public knowledge.
Yeah, but part
Or
of
we
making
could
your
just kinda
guild
have
more
them-
special is keeping things out of public knowledge.
Yes, fair.
Also,
we
I'm
could
not going to
make
just
copies
give
of
it
them.
ever the knowledge. Personally, I'm of the idea not to just give the knowledge how to make just fuck off creatures to everybody.
I just thought I should state that just before it
Oh, I
went with
remembered.
the flood.
That was part of the reason I deflected it like that.
Also, a lot of it wasn't necessarily to donate to them, but translate more so.
Or translate them.
Well, translate
I can read it
means
just fine.
that they're going to be writing it in a different language, recomposing,
Yeah.
checking
Well,
it
also
out,
we
all
have
that
That
other
doesn't mean that
stuff.
they're going to donate it, though.
we have other.
Oh,
You can pay
Jackson,
people
can
to
you check with
translate
them
stuff.
and see if they have anybody who can read Celestial in the guild?
Yep. All right there, real quick. Send that letter off.
You get
Tonight,
a
by the way,
response
the one
back.
I'll focus on.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. Today's the one to focus on. I kind of want to read up a bit more on the alchemical creatures since that's what we'll be dealing with.
Fair enough. You'll have tomorrow
Like,
to
I
read
know.
that as well,
Yeah, I figured.
at least.
But a nice, wonderful book after a day of relaxation, especially one that's useful, is always good. And maybe put the moth story to pen if I have time.
Just add it to your story collections.
Moth story? What is this?
Yeah, weren't you there for the moth?
No,
Yeah.
he was clearing the path.
I was clearing the path and I left, but there saw the moth. What about the moth?
Oh, well,
Story about the moth.
York's a storyteller. If you do something badass, get him to record it so your story can be told.
I haven't heard a single bit about this at all. You're a storyteller?
You've literally known us for like 2 or maybe 2 days, maybe a third day.
Yes, which is why I hadn't heard about it yet.
Yeah, like it just hasn't come up yet. I don't have the best of luck with going out and telling anything, or at least getting people to listen. So it doesn't come up as often.
That one guy really liked the trees with knees.
He did like the trees with knees, and I like him for it.
The trees with knees?
Yes,
I'm
trees with knees,
intrigued.
treants.
And thus the story of the trees with knees is retold at the bar.
I was gonna say yeah, and more maybe, because that was only one part.
Do you want to do some storytelling, Matt? Pick up
No,
your
not right
experience
now,
some?
man. Not
Do you
right
want to
now,
just-
man.
Do you want to just do a roll and say you did?
I think it's just talking to Ragnar. You know, I
Okay.
can roll for Ragnar's
Sorry?
sake if he wants.
I don't
Yes,
think
I
that
wanna
Yorick
hear
wants
the
to
story.
perform at this point in time, is the problem.
Yeah,
But do you want to give
Like,
him the
he's
illusion
just-
show for it?
I can give a talking to Ragnar different. A big one for everybody? No.
Okay.
Let's just do it for Ragnar, though. Oh, fuck, for Ragnar. Oh, of course. My one roll turned out good tonight, by the way. Yeah, but my storytelling rolls also don't turn out good most of the time. Yeah, it would have been like a 26 performance.
Wonderful.
Legally, I can't say how that. Yep, there you go. That's your response.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it probably was.
It feels like a
Okay,
lot of the time. Honestly, it
missed
feels like a lot of the time it feels like his story. He tells the right story to the wrong crowd most of the time.
It's quite possible. I'm still trying to get the knack down. Still learning. I do miss him some days. The tree, he was super nice.
Love game, I might be more effusive of my compliments if I actually knew the story, but
It's about a tree with knees.
The tree,
that's not all I know.
Ignin. Ignin
Yeah,
the tree. Or it
that's-
specifically would be the easiest way to say it.
It is 11 o'clock.
It is.
Yep.
We kind of just had a vamp session and recoup session because everything that happened last session.
I admit, I wouldn't mind actually going for a dungeon like that if we could actually, fight the things and not just fight horrific swarms of never-ending enemies.
We
So that
can
might be
fight them. We just got to set up a strategy.
That might be the case, actually, though. We might actually need to clear them as they go, because if they are made from the people that went there, there's not a never-ending supply. It's just a lot of things to kill and go through.
But you brought it up that when they die on one floor, they get moved to a lower floor again.
Yeah.
Well then,
Making the next
know what
floor
that
also
means, right?
harder.
You know what that means, right?
Gotta find the
Well,
bottom floor, then slowly, systematically work your way down. Or
We're
maybe
on the
just
top
end the whole
floor
charade
and
if you find
slowly
the
work our way down. Yes.
We do like Minecraft and look down and just dig to the bottom one square at a time.
Yeah, but the problem with that is we still have everybody else coming in, so it's not going to stop everything.
Well, I mean,
So it'll keep going.
actually,
way
we
the
can
life
probably do that really quick. The fucking
way the
stone
life
shape and
cycle works,
everything.
a bum rush actually works pretty good.
You did see in your whatever of in your researching that a lot of the times they would just get together and go, okay, this floor needs to be cleared now, and then they just hit it really hard, a bunch of different adventuring companies and stuff, and that's why it's
but I want to find
cleared on so many floors.
I would rather just put it out. Hear me out.
Hmm.
Wouldn't you rather find the bottom and what's there first, though?
Yeah,
Because
that's why I
otherwise
said a
we
bum
have
rush
to
might be
share all
good.
of it with everything else.
Yeah, that's why I said a bum rush would be good.
Oh, I thought you meant the bum rush to clear the floors like in totality.
No, that was before the they're just gonna keep going to further and further down.
Okay, then we're on the same page. How far down do you? But like that brings us back to exactly. What do you guys think will be in at the bottom?
Holds up stone, maybe something like these.
Mentioned where the gods
I
left
don't-
the world.
I think that was a thought, but I don't think that's. I think that's a theory, not a confirm.
Yep.
Yes, let's bring up. There's a theory, and if it is a correct theory, that could be.
It might be there could be guardians of some kind like that.
I hope we don't run into any more of those snakes. That was a.
Well,
That was
they
fun.
might be.
And if
They
each
might
floor
be
is more
reasonable. Go on, Doug.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
No, I literally just had that to say.
Oh, to finish what you were saying then.
He
Oh,
did, is what he said.
Yeah,
Here,
all I said
okay.
was they might be negotiable.
If each floor is more difficult than the last, and every time someone from the top kills one of the beasts on the way down, something is killed. That means that could be interesting. More enemies spawning. At the same point, while I mentioned there's problems with miners or anything, so I might want to clear that out. But my thoughts are there could be some sort of gate which requires all the previous floors to be cleared from the defenders. Otherwise, it won't open or something.
Potentially, and if so, we will retreat and re-strategize. I think.
If we
But
find
that's
something
also
like
a
that, we can
hyper-specific
put a doorway to it.
What?
and
Yeah.
then come back to that later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
But there's also
Oh,
that's also a really, really specific bit that I don't know.
Eric?
Huh.
Something to have say. I said I wanted to describe something on the doorway earlier, but I didn't get to it there. We've already seen other people have our little door teleport things, and also it's just a marker that someone was there potentially. We'll just add the guild. We'll just add the guild insignia.
Gotta
And
give a
it'll pretty much-
location, like I call this number.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, that might attract someone if they are, on death's door, happen to have the right magical artifact, and or just are traveling through and see a fucking doorway, open it up, it leads to a solid wall.
Are you stuck in a dungeon in the middle of nowhere at death's door wanting help? Are
Do
you
you have
being
this
chased by
specific
giant
item?
hostile spiders?
Does God hate you?
Then you know who to call.
Just 3 months from now, random adventure. Who made this? They made this. Why'd they do that? I should ask.
No, write it in an ancient dwarvish. Make the wall look like it's faded. Why is there a random wall here that looks like it's been here for centuries? How is it eroded? There's no weather.
I know. Why is it dwarvish? This is the elvish territory. When does the dwarves get in here? They get everywhere, like mice.
Just leave an leave an inscription. I am a dwarf and I am digging a hole.
Hey,
Yeah.
Janine,
Maximax?
I think you're muted. Hey, Janine,
Uh.
question for you. You said the other people were just stealing the eggs for this, right? So obviously quite the business in these creatures.
They apparently make good money.
Well, and he shakes the turtle a little bit. Maybe this will help us step the guild up somewhere in the poll.
That potentially.
That turtle?
What, Dylan?
What do you say about a turtle?
I didn't say anything about a turtle.
I have no idea how. I'm sorry, you're just a bit echoey. I must have messed with it. What I heard?
You said it could help step the guild up potentially.
Okay. Well, I mean, there were those moth grubs. We could go back and try and bring some of those back.
We could.
A big door.
We could. We get our teleportation set. We get one teleport in. I go make a door there. Get things set up. We get a teleport out. Then we have to stay here for at least a day. So we can sell the grubs in town wherever other people are.
I mean, there's that. But I meant more of your druids.
Back to the guild,
Yes. Go back to the guild.
and then that with the book should give them a good chance of figuring this out. No.
The
Oh,
Band
for
of
the
Iron
before
has their
investigation.
ice wyverns. We have acid moths. Fuck them.
We'll have
Yes.
more than acid moths if it goes well.
Well, I mean, honestly, you could probably go and domesticate them fairly well.
We do have
We'll
druids.
be like
Yeah,
we'll
druids.
be like King Moth from Teen Titans, like that dude that's like the Mothman.
Yes. Yes. I'm entirely okay with just being one of the moth people.
Listen, he just wants to make his daughter happy, okay?
All right, here's the plan, guys. We get these, we get them grown, we get Pokeballs, and just chuck monsters at people.
We start the Mothman cult.
Yes.
Okay. So, Bashasla, do we have anything that we need to put on for strategizing for the dungeon besides getting deeper? Because as of right now, there are sections where if we want to check anything out, it is back to Senine and I to the front.
Well, we do have the giant open forest area. We could go back to kill that spider to try and get its loot. But
We
if we kill-
could.
But if we kill that,
But-
it might make something worse for us down later.
Yeah. That sounds like something to do afterwards and hope it doesn't move down and get worse.
Also, it does block that gate nicely so that the other ventures can't come in that way.
That is true. Then again, there's
Okay,
also
Luke.
a river. That entire area is a circumstantial, odd place. I feel like we came
Also-
in.
Yeah.
We came in a back door that shouldn't have been entered through. It feels like.
And then we always
Also-
on the way back have that temporal moment to investigate.
Yes.
Temporal moment?
With the bees. Some of the bees were stuck in a temporal loop.
Oh, yes.
I
That
don't
actually could
like
be
that.
interesting.
I don't like that door. It killed a magic item.
That is disturbing.
That's horrifying. But unless that's it, though, I don't have much else to do to add in for actual practical help on that.
All right. Well, I guess get anything else you need in town tomorrow before we teleport back.
Seems like a plan.
Getting rooms, heading to bed now.
That's all I have tonight. That's all I have for the night of it.
Going once, twice.
Yeah,
What'd you
just
say,
read
Eric?
in the
Just
book if
anything else
anything
or not?
unique pops up.
Getting rooms, heading to bed.
Yep.
Just read in the book if anything unique pops up from it.
Somebody somewhere give me 15 gold for room and board.
Fuck it, I'll do room and board today. Oh, I meant to ask, how much did this fall tree cost?
Did you go all out?
Even yet.
I went all out. At least I think
I'm
I
gonna,
did for me at least.
I'm gonna need 20.
Alright. 20 and 15 is 35. 62. 7. Worth the 20 gold. No?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta rest or relax and hope that resets your fucking luck.
An eventful night's sleep.
Yep.
It is the next day.
Remember, luck
Alright.
is an important
Did
factor,
anything
not luck in Oblivion.
different about the book stand out when I was reading it?
Were you looking for anything in particular? I think you have a good rundown of what is generally in it.
I think I did. It was basically a summation of elemental animals, although the spider was the most recent one, with it being adaptive.
Uh-huh.
I was just kind of seeing if it had any. My biggest thing was like case notes on other types, like if they had any points, like we saw the ice centipede or the acid moth, flame bees, anything stand out.
You saw that the elements that had diametric opposition, they normally either had a vulnerability to or resistance to, depending on what it was, and some of them could be overloaded, like the electric ones.
Electric one's weak to overloading.
What is the opposite of
And-
acid?
Doesn't really exist.
That's why it was an if on that. But like fire and cold don't mix well in this, I take it.
Traditionally.
Well, only one of us can do lightning damage, so if it comes to that, that's up to you.
We have 2 people.
Hmm?
Next, I do lightning
Sunita.
damage.
Sunita just has to use her
True,
sword.
with your stone you do lightning damage. Sorry, I was just thinking about basic abilities. But oppositions can be vulnerable or resistant, depending.
Get a couple more levels, I can get us transport via plants if we find
Correct.
plant.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to check, make sure I had that right. Well, that's actually really good useful information here.
Using other elements on an elemental thing is probably a good idea. The same element, unless it's a special case, which does exist,
Yeah.
is less of a good idea. Unless
Is
it's a
there
good
any of
idea.
those special cases mentioned in the case studies?
It falls, a lot of the lightning ones fall prey to it.
Okay, a lot of the lightning ones in this case. And not necessarily like elemental matchups, but did they mention any kind of particular animals or insects that were being experimented on, or is it just kind of left open-ended?
Open-ended for the most part. It's more of an overall, unless you get some weird little, like, quick little aside where they're just talking about a specific thing they were really proud of.
Fair.
Here's a quick-
Final question: would the book transfer through a messenger's pouch?
What?
It would or wouldn't? I'm sorry, you cut out for me
It
there.
would.
It would. Okay, thank you.
Hey, Eric.
Yo.
Anything in the book about like radiant or necrotic elemental?
Those do not show up.
Okay.
Those don't fit the
So the spider
elemental
was unique.
parameters.
The standard elemental parameters.
So consider that to the spider of being very, very unique in comparison then.
Yes.
Because it was adaptive and it pulled in extra elementals. Good to know. Hey Stonewall, do you want to send these over? And I'll hand him the books.
Alright.
Wait, let me actually make sure I don't need any of these books for reading. No.
Well, we still have.
Yeah, we'll have them back there. I just meant anything to work on. But for the immediate point, no. They're probably better off going back because I'm not much of an enchanter or alchemical procedures.
Well, Dylan had stuff to drop off too, didn't he? Or was that my brain
Yeah,
going
stuff
blank?
to drop off.
I think he just wanted to drop off, like, loot and books, which is what that's connected to.
Yeah. So we still got to drop by there tomorrow, anyways.
Also,
Fair,
should
send
I
the books
go
on
there
through
to
because then they could have a preliminary estimate on how useful they'll be.
You send the books through,
Yeah.
they will ask what you want done with them.
Read, archive.
Read, archive, potentially explore the possibility of the alchemical one in particular.
Like, it's more of a, do you just want us to know what these are, or do you want us to try to emulate these?
Read knowledge first. We will make moral decisions later upon if it is ethical.
Understand, do not emulate at this time.
Yeah, just to see, because the druids would have a better idea of how messed up this stuff is than us.
Also, we might bring. I'll send them a letter. Also, we might be bringing acid larval moths things back to potentially domesticate.
They want
That's
giant acid
sentence.
moths.
They're gonna ask back, essentially, if you're taking them from a holding area of some kind, or basically they're trying to figure out, okay, if they're sending acid moth, does that mean that we need to, like, build a special stable that doesn't burn?
They were unhatched. They were unhatched larvae.
But you do have the big one as an example of what they did, and acid can go a bunch of different ways. That one wasn't the wet kind.
It was a powdery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give them full
I
description.
didn't
what
think about that. That is really cool and terrifying.
Hey,
They probably
Eric,
do
you said
need
that-
the special
You said the
farm,
moth
though.
was level 11 for polymorph, right?
I think that was the bee queen. I think the moth was 13.
You said 13 originally for the bee queen and low. I don't think you gave me the
13
moth.
was
You
for the
just
bee
said hold on
queen.
to it
And
for later.
I think 13
Well,
was for the bee
Originally, he said 13 for the bee queen, and then lowered it
Yeah, I
to
lowered
11.
her to 11. I think the moth stayed at 13.
queen.
I don't. I didn't remember getting one for the moth. That's why I was asking. Because that
Good
is
to
big
know.
moth.
She's big. She does a lot of damage.
I'm basically keeping a bestiary
As
of
you should.
things I can transform into.
Or transform other people into.
Yeah.
Anyone else can be a fire bee at any point in time.
Listen, out of all of us, I'm the least useful in his main form.
We'll get those stats when we get those stats.
You also did see a dead worker bee. So, I mean, if you really need to, within an hour, eat something, turn it into vomit, and then encase something in honeycomb, you might be able to.
make your
That's
eyes.
such a specific situation that
It
somehow
is-
worries me.
But you know it'd be terrifying and functional.
I can't argue that.
I mean, the worker might be more helpful in most situations, but in that exact one, or the soldier one might be more helpful. But I mean, if it comes up, can we
Anyway,
get a DC? Can we get a DC and damage number on those things though?
What?
On the fire and the stun. For the
Fire and stun
soldier
are
beam?
both DC 13. Fire is 48. They both have a range of 30. Half on save, yeah.
Do they have another attack, or is it just?
It's just those two things. And they got a whopping 40 HP.
oh shit, I was right.
Can I?
Anyways,
Well,
I think that's all we have until we just head back. I think. At least that's all I
Yeah.
have until we head back.
pretty much. I mean, I have a talk tomorrow, which is just Eric more exposition, if they're even in. Of which case, no, they're not in. Okay, we're leaving.
But you also went and researched pretty thoroughly.
Yeah.
So it's very likely they'll just more or less repeat things. Unless they add like more sciencey and specific qualifiers to things, but that would be question based, really.
Yeah. Let's just say we did and didn't.
Oh, before I forget, I know I was kind of rude and a little unhappy with how some of it went, but I am grateful that you brought me back, Rick. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you're welcome for the ring. I hope it helps your.
I hope. The fire's not great, man, and it's very common.
Do you thank me for bringing you back?
You were asshole about it.
Shark Pikachu.
If it isn't the consequences.
Well, I think we're good. I think we're good, Eric.
I was assuming it was next day. I rewinded because you guys considered things. Now we're
Oh,
back to the next day. Okay, cool.
Yep. Time just got real funky for a second.
Take us away, Sanina. Drop book off druids.
Is Tanina still red?
Wait until after your guys' aura dissipates, and then you're good to do whatever, but that is an entire day afterward.
No, we
Or
had a
did
full
we
24
already
hours.
wait today?
I feel much better now.
Is the time that he's saying would that already be a day or no?
We had a full 24 hours there. Of get there in the morning, research, buy stuff, relax, and wait till the day after. So yeah.
So Sanine's aura's down. She's not red anymore.
Correct.
Okay, then I can do the thing.
Doesn't want to end up in the astral sea, I understand.
No, I
That's
don't want
the
forget
to.
this.
correct amount of caution.
Does that door require attunement? I forget.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
I don't think you ever unattune from it.
No.
have
Okie
to see if that
dokie
magic
door.
We have to see if that magic shop has a door when we come back.
I'm the
Magic
door
item?
queen.
I can make doors.
Yeah, it's a magic item. Haven't you seen her using it? I say
seen
it's
her
bad
using it, but
knowing
I thought
full
it was
well
just-
that this goes through.
I thought this was just her using some magic she'd learned.
No, she's
It
terrible
is
at
some magic
stuff.
I've learned.
10 minutes and I can make us a door anywhere.
Just gonna
I'm
be a
the
bunch
door
of
queen.
doors throughout the landscape. What's the fuck?
Why does the
no,
reclaim 200 years down the line? Why do the reclaimers have so many fucking doors?
Where were they
Gee,
going? They lead to nowhere.
Where did they'll know where they came from. They won't know where we went.
And everyone will be slightly scared to actually step through any.
It's gonna be some fake bullshit. I'm gonna have to talk to my patron and set some fake bullshit up on at least 3 of them.
No, we're gonna get a letter. We're gonna get letters from dwarven lords asking to remove a wall with a door in it from their property.
They will have done that already.
This is vandalization. What are you doing?
They put a door 700 yards out into the woods off of this main road where no one is likely to go. This is unacceptable. Tear this down.
It is a very fancy door, though.
Flash over, there's the dwarf with a hammer. Trudging into the woods.
Why am I getting paid for
God
this?
damn it! Why am I on door duty today?
I'm getting paid for this, but this just seems like a waste of time. They're gonna build
Keep
another
going
one.
back every day and just
Another door.
He looks across the field and sees another door because we were too lazy to go to the other door.
So before you guys turn into an SCP, what are you doing?
I think the plan is to go back in.
I legitimately don't know what's going on.
We're
I
going.
think
We're going back.
going back in.
We're going back to the guild to get the stuff dropped off.
Alright.
Oh,
Is
that's right.
anything not being dropped off at the guild? Or are you just giving them the entire library so then they can make use and do whatever the fuck they please with it?
Oh yeah, I forgot you just shoveled like armfuls of books into your bag.
Yeah, we stole that man's library.
I sent the 3 important books I thought over.
And those were?
Just give them the whole bit. Like if there were the 3 important books were the book. The book was making objects take enchantments better.
Okay.
Historical recounts of the Divine War and
Assuming
the research
you-
journal for magical creatures throughout.
And what you want done with
those?
those is, I'm assuming you want them to make use of and put the knowledge of smithing stuff to practice.
Yes.
Okay?
That one-
So that one is
that
not
one's
a
good.
cell. Historical records?
Sort through and keep.
Okay. Sort through and keep. Are you trying to establish
I
your
don't-
own area of information and little, like, specialty library as a pull for your guild? Or are you trying to sell those later for money, or just hold on to for reasons?
I would like
they're
to
all
start a
great.
proper research library for us.
Okay.
At least
Let's
because
start-
I am a fan of storytelling.
That will...
Let's start our own area as well, since I mean Jackson is a spellcrafter at the moment, so his own research can go there.
Are we really going to do the moth thing? If so, we really
Well-
will need an area for that.
We'll have to
Decide.
talk to the druid. We'll have to talk with the druids about that and let them take their time to set up properly what they think. Then we can do them all.
But that
Yeah.
gives the guild
And-
pull of magical
does need-
enchantment stuff, and also it might attract more intellectuals.
Exactly.
Good.
And the third
And
one.
then the final one is the magical creature. So alchemical means. I think we said have the druids go over it and decide how
Ethical it is.
abominable or morally where it's at before we say go ahead.
Are
Right.
you leaving that entirely in their hands, or just how exactly do you want to govern that?
Consult with us first.
Okay.
Because we're dealing with, because just say like, talk to us. We're dealing with the live examples of it right now. We don't want this to get out of hand.
Would you be having any active consultations with people that might have an opinion on that once they get the basic knowledge of it immediately, like
I
at the
would
guild?
love to.
Okay.
I
In
would love to
character
talk
or
to
big details?
considering it'll take time. We can get big details for now, I'll say, because if we want to do it in character, we can always go back later to ask actual specific questions in character.
Okay. The big details are basically it comes down to these are druids, magical creatures aren't really anything special. What this book proposes is a form of artificial evolution, but then it perpetuates itself. Essentially, it's adding to the creature compendium, and so long as they are controlled in a manner to where they are not allowed to go and become an invasive species, they could actually be very helpful across the board. Like, one of the examples they give is they could ice enchant some cows and then put those in the tundra areas where they normally wouldn't be able to survive,
Okay.
and things like that.
But can we chocolate enchant cows for chocolate milk?
Well, chocolate is not an element, so sadly no.
Yet.
What you can do, however,
You can also
probably.
fire a cow and make a dairy in a desert.
Yep. Okay, so it'd
Cocoa
be
plants,
extremely
man.
good on
Cocoa trees.
livestock style.
Livestock,
It's extremely versatile.
obviously things of war, but those could get dicey if they get out.
That's why I'm iffy on the war ones.
That
I
said,
have no
though,
issues with the livestocks if you guys do, but I don't know if I want to go full war route yet.
No war out yet. I love the livestock.
Keep combat things under requests on the higher, like you have to get clearance from like some of the higher ups in our guild.
but they do understand the knowledge of how to create such a thing through the practice of making these other things.
I kind of want to see if we can work on making them out at some point, but I don't know immediately right now, and I'd like to think on that.
So, do you want them to hit the go button on the non-aggressive animals now?
I'm okay with non-aggressive animals. How about you guys?
I'm okay with the non-aggressive animals. I'd rather them work on the moth pit first, though.
Well, it's going to be different people working on things, because those are going to be a bunch of builders. These are more the, like...
Life sculpting druids.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
So then they're going to be working on stuff like ice cream cows and fire silk moths and things like that.
I would say test it before we test it, do a little bit of test bits here and there before we go rampant, just to see how other places in the world take it.
Well, they have to
Respond.
They have to make test batches of each thing, and if they have an area where they think they can get away with it, they're gonna make as many as they can to see what does and doesn't work.
Yeah. I'm just basically saying, take it. Let's just keep an eye on how people around us react to, because we don't want people coming after us over something.
But that's a longer term thing, unless you tell them to somehow speed up their growth, and that they'll have umbrage with.
No.
No, we're good with taking their time like it needs to.
Okay.
Don't make the druids angry. I think we have all learned this after the Wood Witch shit.
Give them some time, you guys will have access to limitless ice cream. Straight from the teat. It's horrific.
Hi, welcome to the Jackson Creamery. What flavor do you want? War? No, we stopped that a long time ago. Selling ice cream works easier.
Castro would be proud.
Alright, and I think that's all I have for while I'm here.
Listen, Vashnir took over the kingdom, I run an ice cream cart.
That's what they are doing with the 3 things of major importance. The rest of it, it's just adding to a library. Is there anything else? Construction can begin on constructing an area where things that make acid may not, break.
They'll also need lots of mothy food to eat.
God, I hate the idea of the powder acid. It's so terrifying to me.
That is essentially just additional expenses as they buy stuff and have it shipped in until such a time as there's larger livestock things, because a lot of your small folk kinda aren't yours anymore. There's some, they have somewhat returned, but like the thriving fields and stuff, that's gone for now.
Yeah, that's gonna take some time.
They're gonna come back to some weird jobs, like, alright, we're dealing with some weird animals, guys. Who's up for it?
Okay, so this is different from milking a normal cow.
Okay.
You see, we call these pigs preheated bacon. They cook themselves.
That would just be impossible to cook bacon. And be infuriating.
It sounds like the perfect gift for someone you don't like.
Here's a fire pig. How do I cook it? You don't.
You don't. You salt it.
We could give your sister one.
That is true. Alright.
Anyways,
What is our next step on the agenda?
I think next step's literally just back to the Life Spire to see if we can get deeper down.
They will let us know when the moth containment area is ready.
Well, they're druids.
And
Their bread and butter is stone and shape.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of stuff to do. I don't know how long it's going to take.
If you put it as a priority and put the other things aside, because you guys are in a spot where you can go and grab larva now, and then
Yeah.
it may or may not be there in 2 days because something might find the nest and eat them all.
We should priority that.
Okay. They'll get an area set up to where you can bring back the eggs and they'll make sure that they don't die.
sounds like a plan.
Okay, let's go get some lava.
Larva it is.
Teleporting back in to your latest door.
To our latest door.
You all have the light ember glow.
Bag and fly.
Do it.
My amber glow is the warning level, right?
Yes.
It should
Red
be
is
okay to teleport once more, though.
It's like a watch, and then a warning, and then nothing else, because
Well,
you're gone.
you done goofed.
Alright, how many con saves do you want for bees? Unless they've accepted us at this point.
You get a light, you fly through with 3 saves. You're very fast.
Lowest 120.
Okay.
Jeez.
Plus, I have
I'm
plus
jealous.
10 con. I have plus 10 con.
I can still be jealous.
Yes, you can. I have a health pool for a reason.
You make your way
Because I don't. Sorry.
back to where the moth grubs were, and it being unattended has to roll to see if shit's gone wrong, which it hasn't yet, luckily.
Anything here currently just trying to nom them.
Correct. There are a few less than there were, and there's still a good number. You can see probably about 20 wriggling little egg things.
Right to the druids, we got like 20 we could potentially grab. How many is a good number for you?
Well, each one of these things is really big. Realistically, you can grab about 4.
Okay.
Unless next time you bring somebody else, but then your teleporter thing's gonna be problematic.
Yeah, because there's only so many we can send through at a time.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Alright, 4 grubs it is.
Everybody grabs a grub.
Everybody is
Grab a
grub.
grub.
After he sets up another door, you do the thing, and blah, 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 blah. I'd imagine you want to
Hang
set
on.
up a door right here next to the grub things, right?
I was going to say, hang on, I have
Yeah.
to label a door grub chamber.
These are adorable.
It's a wriggly, worm-looking sack.
They're adorable.
Sir, get creative. This is Grub Hollow.
No,
Adorable.
it is not.
If they
I
if they
love it.
die, do they go to Grub Hollow?
No, they go lower in the spire.
What if they
Although
take
that
them out
paints
of
a
the
bleak
spire when
image
they
if
die?
lower is Grub Hollow. Sorry, we were so bad about staying on focus tonight.
It's okay, it's the energy from last time dispersing.
Plus, they got mush brain today. But, so yeah, just shuffle that back. We have another day of downtime here.
Yeah.
Just want to look at the group. Is it bad? I want to have them make me a centipede.
I mean, we can. I mean, we're just going straight back to the guild this time.
Just as we're grabbing the grub and moving with them. Just to the rest of the group. Is it bad? I want a giant centipede now.
One of you saw where an area of them
York?
were.
York, I know where we might be able to get you one.
No. Like one from here. Like one that we can grow and start to get friendly with at the start.
You can ask them.
I'm debating it. Matt is not sure, but this is just a fun thought as Yorick.
I'll give you a pet,
Rest.
but for the love of God, please keep in mind, it's a pet.
These are adorable.
Now, if you come in as a
using it
beast
right
tart, we can talk.
These cups are adorable.
now. That'll be fun. But that's not this.
They have their
Yorick
wyvern
dies.
rider.
How do you? Yorick dies. How do you meet the new character? Just surfs in on a giant centipede.
They have their wyvern riders over there. We have our just moth flyers
Anyways, run that
and
back.
beads.
I don't
We,
have anything in Rock Hollow not Rock Hollow. Siegebreaker right now.
But now,
I'm just trying to think if we have anything we need to do while we're here, and I don't think we do.
well, we gotta wait till we can teleport again. Yeah, Eric, the charges for our stones just stay until they're used, right? They don't dissipate.
Yes, but getting them through, like, sparring is really quite difficult. Like, you gotta go at each other for a long time to register a charge. It's more of the I am trying to kill something that causes them to charge.
See,
The level of hostility and violence matters.
Oh no, I was gonna ask Ragnar to just okay. Let's get all of our stones charged up. Please heal us after.
Like, you'd have to really go at each other to get those all charged up, but you can. But it would, yeah, you'd have to stop for a while afterward and really recuperate.
Just go kill a few squirrels in the forest. Die, motherfucker. Fireball. 5th level chromatic orb, Sonic. You will explode.
Just walk out, trainees. This is what we expect you to reach. Run out of the way. Stonewall and Sanine go at each other.
Actually, wait a minute. If I go Sonic Blast a squirrel, does that give me a charge?
Technically.
Okay.
I kind of want to just go get 3 charges really quick. So I just want us to get charged up before we go in. So we can either fight we can either fight each other and have our cleric heal us afterwards, or we can go murder wildlife and bring them back to be cooked.
You can go into the woods and try to attract some wolves.
I have an axe that lets me say square up.
Yeah, I know. You can go into the woods, try to attract some wolves. It goes more... It goes better from active hostility. Wolf, you might only get a round or 2, because... wolf. But...
yeah.
I feel like the druids might be mad at us, though, man.
Also,
Let's just train with each other.
Then you're really beating the shit out of each other.
You know what? I don't need gym
kill some
charges.
bees.
Here, York. Here. I can polymorph you, and then we can take turns being polymorphed, and then just beat the shit out of us until the polymorph fades.
Valid.
So
I'm kind of scared of this, but I guess.
Well, I'll go first, so you two can get your charges.
Lean over Sinine. If he goes for me, you take him out, right?
Why are you tagging people?
So,
Charging the jewels. Or
okay,
stones.
Sanina, you weren't listening, Sanina. Our stones, they get charged from violence. So we need to commit a little violence to get them charged up. This is essentially
Why don't you just wait to fight the bugs?
because we need it for if shit goes wrong.
Trauma.
Because if we're fighting the bugs without the charges, we're already late. We want it for if shit goes wrong. There's a big ass spider. There's a bee queen, centipede, scorpion, whatever. If we find a giant bug and we need to activate them, we have them ready. There might be scorpions, we don't know.
Hey Matt, I'm sending Max the stats on her twin blade.
Okay.
Because I don't want to forget, because the other end is Magitech.
I get it. Yep, that made sense. Okay.
So she can choose which one it is getting the sneak attack.
Ooh, fun.
So is it like attack with one end, bonus action, attack with the other?
No, it's one attack action, 2d6.
Okay.
But there's two
Just
different blades, one of which is purely magical. So she can choose to use that instead, and that'll be a sneak attack, and then the other d6 will just be slashies piercing.
Okie dokie dokie.
Oh, Sadine, you got a new weapon, right?
Yes.
Go talk to the druids to have it inscribed at some point. Just give them the gold cost for the whatever material you want. Get your weapons buffed up. You too, Rocky. Or Ragnar.
What?
After we beat the shit out of each other and you heal us back up, go talk to the druids so you can get your weapons inscribed elementally.
Oh yes, so I can be even stronger.
You'll just have to pay the druids the cost for, well, the stones we end up using.
Yes, sir.
I'm just
You
gonna
might be
take
able
it
to get
from-
some armor. You might be able to get some armor inscribed as well. Once you get them cost.
I'm just gonna take it from your guild supplies unless you tell me otherwise.
It was meant for us paying the gold, so that way. Oh, I mean, yeah, we have guild supplies, but we're about to have an ice cream profit.
I say yeah. This actually is a steady. Between the enchanting and this, we'll have a steady source of income for the guild too.
Yeah.
We're just turning into business tycoon 3.0.
All right, what elements do people want then?
Just to toss it out there. Unfortunately, I have fun tomorrow, so I won't be on here much longer. I won't
Yeah.
be able to do much longer, so we could always just toss it out for until next time.
Well, we can wrap this up and just talk to Eric.
Just toss it out there. Because I don't want to get caught up in a new big thing and have to go late and not be able to do it tomorrow.
Yep. So
So just
we
to
can just
whatever
talk
it,
about
Sanina,
inscribed.
playing with your twin blade, you manage to find another button on it. Pressing that activates the other end of it, which is another slashing style blade, except it's made out of this ethereal energy type stuff. It gives a dull, cream, white colored glow.
Oh well.
As far as
That's
inscription goes, it doesn't work on Magitech stuff, but you can get the other end inscribed if you want. Because that is just a physical blade.
So it'd still apply to attack because it's with both ends.
Yep.
And Eric, you said something about armor infusion at one point. I don't believe we went into that much.
Essentially, they can infuse armor, and it can either, if it's something that gives an effect, like Emerald for healing or a Jade for speed stuff, it'll do something depending on the amount on there. Otherwise, it'll just soak up damage. Unless there's enough on it, then it's just straight resistance. But with the amount that you guys have on it, like if you were to put 2d4 equivalency of ice gem on you, and you get hit by fire, you could reduce the fire damage by 2d4.
Okay, I didn't know if it was gonna. Okay, yeah. Yorick. Well, Yorick might want that. Well, he'll want the. Hey, you can get your necrotic draining on your weapons.
I already do.
No, I meant more.
Maybe. I'll consider it.
Your new crossbow.
And you
Unless that's
can
magic.
go
Doesn't
higher
work on
than
that.
2d4, but it comes at the chance of they might
Risk
just
of
fuck it
failure.
up.
Also, can't do it on crossbow, but that's for later shit.
You can't do it on Sandina's crossbow. Yours fires a physical
I thought
round.
I thought I didn't get drained because range.
No, you don't get drain on that. Correct. But you can get damage.
Damn it.
That I was considering. That I was considering something for it. I just was talking about the necrotic specifically there.
Dylan, for whatever you get damage-wise, it does have to comply kind of with what you already have. You can't do opposite elements, so you can't get ice on your hammer already, or your mace, whatever it is.
just do
Unless
more
he
acid
wants
or
slow acid.
yeah,
you could
acid.
you could probably get more acid, more fire, lightning, necrotic, partial drain, health. What does the health one do, Eric, on armor?
On armor, it's an action, and then you heal.
Just like a once per day type thing of
Ad infinitum.
Oh,
Yeah, no, remember what I did with Salt at the
that's
beginning?
right.
I was abusing the Jades
That's right.
severely to keep you guys alive.
The healing one's
Does
really good. Out of combat.
Does it require 2 things on it?
What?
Does it require like two of the healing slots for it? Like
Define.
you're say. Okay, so most of the items that we've been enchanting with this essentially have had 2 slots. You can put 2 separate things on them, or 2 of the same for a stronger effect.
What's been happening, it's basically all one big amount. Of that amount, currently you're at the point where you can have 2 different things. As in, with the lowest being 1d4, with you guys at 2d4, you can actually branch out and have it do different things. It's not like a slot thing, it's just, this is the amount and skill set at this point in time.
Okay.
So if it was larger, it could even go to 3. 4 or 5.
So essentially, as we have our crafters make more stuff and they get better at crafting, we can have them build us better stuff.
Yeah.
What is the speed? Is the speed one just a movement buff thing for
It makes ranged attacks go farther, and put enough on it, and it'll eventually give you a movement buff. It goes slower, though. It's not 1-to-1.
Yeah. What does the life drain one do on armor?
Not much.
Okay. These are important questions for us pipping out our gear.
Yes.
I might really invest in the fire one though, considering.
Yeah. I might be taking some health ones, so out of combat I can just heal over time.
And this is beginning to sound like I should call session.
Yeah, sorry. We just got caught up with a bit and all that jazz.
This is us now table talking for how to enhance ourselves.
You guys got out on a life spire. You got 4 mufflings. You want to give them
Yeah.
names? I don't know.
Afra.
We can
No.
each name. That's copyright.
You can look at them later. Probably deck them out in barding if they survive whenever your moth mounts become a thing.
Right.
Just surfing it on giant moths.
But alright. Venonet. No. What's it called?
Yeah.
What's the evolution?
That's giant moth.
What's the actual
Venomoth.
moth form?
Venomoth.
Venomoth.
I think it's just Venomoth.
Really? I thought it was more complicated than that.
I think it's
No.
just Venomoth.
It's just Venomoth.
Alright.
Grand Moff Tarkin.
There's
can-
Dustox too, though. That might be what you're thinking of.
I don't remember. There's a lot of Pokemon. Alright.
There are.
Call it here. We'll continue when we continue. Later.
Sounds great.
Moth.